Razorbacks won the toss and deferred, so we will not see Talon Green just yet. We will see Ollie Gordon, the outstanding Heisman Trophy candidate, running back in just a moment. We're underway from Stillwater. 11 a.m. local kick. It'll be a touchback. And the Cowboys will start on their 25-yard line. Well, the last time a running back won the Heisman Trophy was Derrick Henry back in 2015. You look also at the numbers during Reggie Bush and Mark Ingram's Heisman Trophy candidate seasons to Ollie Gordon's season of a year ago. And remember, Gordon, most of those numbers came in the last 10 games, so pretty comparable to Bush and Ingram. Derrick Henry obviously had a running back season like none other in 2015 at Alabama.
And interestingly enough, talking with Travis Williams, Arkansas defensive coordinator, said Ollie Gordon reminds him of Derrick Henry.
It's going to be a pass play on first down. Nice adjustment by Stribling to make the catch. Alan Bowman now in his 7th season in college football. Had a 600-yard passing game 6 years ago, but again, that was not in high school. That was at Texas Tech, and moved on to Michigan from there. Now in his 2nd year with Oklahoma State. A gain of 6 on first down. Bowman throwing again and complete across the middle out to the 42. Big Rashad Owens, who had 63 catches a year ago.
RPO game going to be a big part of what you'll see today from Oklahoma State, and it's what you have to ask yourself defensively playing Oklahoma State. Do we load up to take away Ollie Gordon? If they do, excellent targets outside and a quarterback in Alan Bowman that can distribute the football.
Bowman got his undergraduate degree from Tech, got his master's at Michigan. Ollie Gordon's first touch of the day, bottled up after a short gain. Oklahoma State will take that. Just 2 yards there. Handball on the stop.
Talk about the experience of Oklahoma State, especially that offensive line. They'll be put to the test with the size of this Arkansas front.
Bowman throwing again and lobbing it downfield. Going for Owens, and he was interfered with. Jaheim Singletary in coverage. Be an automatic first down here for Oklahoma State.
Yeah, a pretty easy call outside. Singletary gets that right arm up into the body of the large receiver, Rashad Owens. Just gets tangled up, and an easy flag on the field.
Pass interference. Defense, number 15. 15-yard penalty. It is first down.
That right arm grabbing, tugging on the shoulder pad. He falls to the ground, but Singletary knows he was in a bad spot. Pittman not happy about that, but that was the right call.
I guess he thought Rashad Owens did his fair share of tugging, and maybe thought there should not have been a flag on his guy. First down, though, for Oklahoma State, already inside the Arkansas 40-yard line. Oklahoma State beat South Dakota State week 1, their first loss in 3 years. Bowman a ton of time, and finally able to dump it off to Josh Ford, true freshman tight end who Mike Gundy raved about in our meeting yesterday, compared him to a cage fighter.
How about the protection by this offensive line? So experienced, pick up the 4-man pressure. Bowman stands firm in there, allows for that true freshman Josh Ford to come open, and a nice strike for a first down.
Good receiver, super physical, says Gundy. Wild snap there. Bowman able to collect and fire complete to the sideline to Presley. Is grabbed and thrown out of bounds on the sideline by TJ Metcalf, but gain of about 8.
Well, good job just getting his hand on it, bringing it down. No panic from the veteran quarterback, and you see that quick release, 3-quarter outside to his favorite target, Brendan Presley. Nice play.
A 2nd and short. Bowman off play action, taking a shot into the end zone, going for Stribling, and he can't come up with it. Looked like it went through his hands. Danico Slaughter in coverage. When you turn back the way Stribling did, the sun is in your face, and that may have been a factor.
I'll tell you what, Slaughter, I think, might have got his hand on this football. He's in perfect position to make a play. Gets that hand in there at the last minute. Really well done by the senior safety. Not allowing that catch by the talented Dejon Stribling.
Missed most of last year due to injury, but he is a talent. Transfer from Washington State, Dejon Stribling. Here's Gordon straight ahead. And he did not get it. Stood up at the 20-yard line. And so it'll be 3rd and 1 here for... Check that 4th down. Excuse me. 4th down here and 1. Early decision for Mike Gundy.
Bringing in the fullback, Jake Schultz. You got a guy Ollie Gordon, you're at home. This is the go zone for Mike Gundy, and if Travis Williams and this defense could come up with a stop, what a big momentum swing it could be here early on in this football game.
You go straight ahead here with Gordon.
Absolutely.
They'll line up in pistol. It's play action instead, and Bowman's pass is incomplete. It was intended for Presley, and it looked like both Presley and Owens were in the same area. Not a lot of spacing, and it's a turnover on downs. Jalen Braxton was there in coverage for Arkansas.
Yeah, just a miscommunication outside. Brennan Presley actually runs into Stripling. A nice job by Braxton coming in for the pass breakup. I thought that was definitely a spot. You trust Ollie Gordon. They know it's coming. You know it's coming. Mike Gundy told us, we know this is going to be a physical game, and he thought they could match the physicality. Puts the ball in his quarterback's hand, and a huge stop for the Razorbacks on the opening possession.
We'll get our first look at Taylor Green today. Transfer from Boise State. Taylor talked about earlier, and a huge running lane for Jaquindon Jackson. Out to the 33-yard line, a gain of 13 for the Utah transfer.
I'm a big fan of this Utah transfer, Jaquindon Jackson. He's got size, power, and speed. 6'2", 233. Excellent pickup by Arkansas in the offseason.
On the boot, Green going to keep it here and run. And again, a ton of room. Green past the 40 and all the way down to the 34 of Oklahoma State. He had 2 rushing touchdowns in his Razorback debut last week. That run there goes for 40 yards.
They want to run the football. They want to play action and boot and get Taylor Green on the perimeter with run-pass options. A lot of green grass out in front and a huge chunk play for the 6'6" Taylor Green. When he gets that stride opened up, man, he is so tough to deal with.
Put on some muscle, gained about 10 pounds in the offseason. Here's Jackson trying to pick a hole. Down to the 30 and to the 27-yard line. 7-yard gain on first down.
It's a remade offensive line. Eric Mateos comes in to help this offensive line. Nice job by the puller, Carmona coming across. But you see the patience there by Jaquindon Jackson. Allows that block to set up. Jump cut back up north and south. And a nice pickup on first down.
Now 2nd and 3 for Arkansas. Green with time to throw into the end zone, and the ball sails out of bounds. Jordan Anthony had a step on the defender, but Green threw it out of play, and it's 3rd down and 3. I mentioned the 2 rushing touchdowns for Green last week. He also threw for 2 scores. They'll put it in his hands here in 3rd down and 3. Obviously, we just saw it, but his running ability, there are options with him at quarterback.
Run a lot of read zone here. Taylor Green really good at the mesh.
Instead, he'll throw it. Pressure up the middle. Down he goes. Sacked and maybe out of field goal range back at the 36-yard line. Jeff Robertson, who made his first career start last week with the takedown and a loss of 9.
With timely pressure here by Nardo. Opens right up for Robertson, and he's able to get home. Breakdown in protection. No one identifies the linebacker, and a huge stop for this Oklahoma State defense on 3rd down.
And so from here, it would be about a 54-yard field goal attempt. And it looks like they're going to punt it. Devin Bale is out there for Arkansas. It's 4th down and 12. So Brennan Presley jogs onto the field now for Oklahoma State as a returner. And there's a penalty marker down. Cowboys may have had too many men on the field.
Delay a game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Oklahoma State was dangerously close at one point in that sequence to having too many men on the field if Arkansas had snapped the ball. It still would have made it 4th and 7, but maybe would have put them in a position to try a long field goal. But because of the delay of game, it actually ends up helping Devin Bale a little bit, trying to pin the Cowboys deep inside the 10-yard line. It's the first punt for Arkansas this year. Last week in their win over Arkansas Pine Bluff, they scored touchdowns on all 10 of their possessions. An excellent punt that time by Devin Bale as Arkansas downs it at the 1-yard line.
6'7", 280, and Nick Martin, a tackling machine. Preseason All-Conference, preseason All-Americans. They'll be all over the field today. And interestingly enough, high school teammates meeting up here today in Stillwater.
In Texarkana, Texas, is on first down from inside the 1. It's a quarterback sneak from Bowman. They ran 8 plays on their opening drive, and they threw it 6 times. Only 2 carries for Heisman Trophy candidate Ollie Gordon. In fact, they threw it on 4th down and did not convert. See if they try to pound it here. They got Jake Schultz in again at fullback. On 2nd and 8, a little bit of breathing room now, and Bowman will throw from his end zone. And he's going deep. And the ball is overthrown and incomplete. Trying to hit Stribling as we check in with Taylor.
Be more physical with number 40. That is what Oklahoma State O-line coach Charlie Dickey was telling his line after that first series. Number 40, of course, referring to Landon Jackson, the edge rusher for Arkansas. They want to see more physicality, which, talking to both coaches this week, they knew this game would be more physical, and they're calling for it early here, Dave.
It's a great report there, Taylor, and there's no doubt this game will be about physicality. That offensive line and dealing with Landon Jackson is going to be a huge key all throughout this ball game.
Bowman to throw middle of his end zone on 3rd and long, and it's off target. He was trying to hit Presley, and so now Oklahoma State will have to punt from the back of its end zone. Arkansas's defense has only given up 1 3rd down so far this year.
And there was time, wasn't under pressure, just a misfire outside on the perimeter. Coupled there from Alan Bowman. He was so good in the opener against South Dakota State. And when the Jackrabbits came in, they played very tough, as they expected. Back-to-back FCS championships. But Bowman off a little bit here on the 2nd possession.
Let's see if Arkansas comes after the punter. No, they set up for the return. And it's a short kick. Satania is leveled by his own guy. So therefore, no catch interference. TJ Metcalf. Cross Johnson actually was the guy that ran right into Satania. Satania did well to hang on to the ball.
Call that friendly fire, Dave. Taken out by his own man.
So Arkansas still starting in Oklahoma State territory at the 45-yard line. And he's going to keep it. Green with room inside the 30 and down to the 27. They're finding some huge running lanes against that defense. That went for 18 yards.
Well, it's a nice job by the center getting up. Addison Nichols getting up on the linebacker. Kendall Daniels securing the middle of that field. Quarterback run game up the middle, well executed by Taylor Green.
Jaquindon Jackson now, and no running room that time. Thrown down by Xavier Ross at the point of attack. And talking with Brian Nardo, the defensive coordinator for Oklahoma State yesterday, you could sense he was a little nervous about the physicality of Arkansas. There were some rush lanes open last week. That was an issue last year as well on defense. This is the 2nd time already Arkansas has been inside the Cowboy 30. 1 yard on 1st down. Green keeping it, trying to get the perimeter inside the 25 before he scoots out of play. Gain of about 3, pushed out by Trey Rucker, who's an excellent safety, 6th-year guy, 4th at Oklahoma State. Transfer from Wake.
You'll see this quite a bit here today at the mesh point. Nice job reading it out by Taylor Green. Kendall Daniels got to be able to secure and set that edge and force Taylor Green back inside. Really nothing there, and Green still able to pick up a couple. Saw pressure the last big 3rd down from Brian Nardo. He's going to come after Taylor Green here on 3rd down.
Green got sacked on 3rd down in the last drive. Pushed him out of field goal range. Green to the air with time. Fires, and it's caught. Inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. Tyrone Brote, 18 yards. 1st and goal coming up.
Well, this offensive line holding up in protection. Only a 4-man rush. And they give Taylor Green plenty of time to survey the field. Broden comes open over the middle. And a nice 3rd down conversion from Green.
First and goal on the 6. Jackson will get the carry off the left side, grounded at the 5 by Colin Clay, who started his college career at Arkansas. Played in 11 games as a true freshman and missed a couple years due to injury. Transferred to Oklahoma State, now in his 6th college season. Gain of 1 on the play, 2nd and goal from the 5.
Of note, Andrew Armstrong in this game. He missed the opener against Arkansas Pine Bluff. Their best receiver from a season ago. He's been dealing with the hamstring throughout fall camp. Near your screen.
And singled up over there, but they're going to run it. Jackson finds a crease into the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas. Third rushing touchdown of the season for Jaquindon Jackson, who came out of high school as a quarterback, went to Texas, transferred to Utah, was the backup quarterback there, then moved to running back, and really comfortable in that position. We saw it at Utah, and off to a great start with the Razorbacks. Ramsey on for the point after. 7-0 Arkansas.
Well, we talked about
attack. We'll see now that Oklahoma State's trailing, and after it had a failed 4th down and punted on his last possession, they go back to their bread and butter and run Gordon. This will be a touchback, and so Cowboys will start on their 25-yard line.
Well, it's a big game in Big 12 country, and a lot of big games across the landscape this weekend in the Big 12. Kansas State's over at Tulane today. Cincinnati Pitt, I think that Kansas-Illinois game, very intriguing. The Cy-Hawk Trophy as well. BYU got a big win last night at SMU. Big 12 wants to bolster that resume. Some of these non-conference matchups, a huge opportunity today for them to be able to do that.
First down on the 25, and Gordon does get the carry here and just picks up a couple before he's wrapped up. Well, Mike Gundy mentioned to us yesterday he does not see a lot of bubble teams in the Big 12 because of the strength of the Big 10 and the SEC. If you're a conference champion in the Power 4, you get an automatic bid. As Bowman throws on 2nd down and coming back to get the ball and make the catch for a first down out to the 39-yard line is Talon Shetron. But games like this are huge in terms of improving your resume should you have to rely on an at-large bid in this expanded 12-team playoff. Bowman tripped up by Cam Ball. No gain on the play.
Got to take advantage when the opportunity presents itself. An SEC team coming into your backyard. Mike Gundy made no bones about it. It's a big game.
Another pass play. Bowman setting up, and that ball is thrown high, intended for Shetron. Incomplete. It brings up 3rd down and long.
That's just a little bit off the mark for Alan Bowman. Thought that was one that Shetron would be able to come down with. Looked almost as if he extended. He kind of slipped there. Now setting up a 3rd and long situation for the Cowboys.
Again, 10 pass attempts for Bowman, just 3 carries for Gordon. Obviously, passing situation here on 3rd and 10. 4-man rush for Arkansas. Bowman over the middle, knocked down, incomplete. Jaden Johnson broke up the pass right at the line to gain. Shetron again the intended target, and another punt coming up for Oklahoma State.
This pass off target for Alan Bowman behind his wide receiver. He's got to put that ball out in front. Nice job by Shetron sitting down that zone. There was a soft spot there. That pass comes off behind, allows the defender to make up, and a nice play by Jaden Johnson to lead that defense. He forced yet another Oklahoma State punt.
Hudson Cock on to punt. Satania back deep, looking into the sun, and the fair catch made around the 16-yard line. On that last drive that led to a touchdown. He'll throw it here on 1st down. Everybody covered, so Green creates space and fires complete across the 40 out to the 45-yard line, finding Isaiah Satania, and that goes for 28.
Well, Talon Green does a nice job with his legs, buying some time, stepping up. He's got a run pass option, and he locates Tyrone Broden, his big 6'7" target, just sits down in that open area on the field, and an excellent find by Talon Green. He is comfortable back there throwing the football today.
Bobby Petrino back at Arkansas as the head coach 2008 to 2011. Was at A&M last year as the offensive coordinator. Green flips it downfield complete. Roden on the grab, first down to the 43-yard line. And obviously Petrino has had a history of success working with quarterbacks. You look at what he did at Louisville for Lamar Jackson. Taylor Green's the biggest guy he's had since he was at Arkansas the first time, and he had Ryan Mallett, who was a terrific player for the Razorbacks as well.
Identified, knew he wanted to go after Taylor Green, recruited him out of high school, and it was a very easy decision to bring him in to be his quarterback in Fayetteville.
They run Jackson here inside the 30. Jackson finally dropped at the 26. 17 more yards on the ground.
Well, nice job by the left side of this Arkansas offensive line. Carmona does a nice job securing it. Big cutback lane. The vision and downhill running of Jaquindon Jackson. This Arkansas offense just off to an excellent start here in this first quarter.
A fresh set of downs inside the 30 for the third time. Jackson will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That was well defended. Nick Martin, who led the Big 12 in tackles last year, made the play, and a loss of a yard or two.
Nick Martin, 140 tackles a season ago. He's instinctive, plays so fast, and a very good open field tackler. Nice negative play on first down.
Preseason All-America. Second and 12 now from the 28. Rodney Hill in the game at running back. Green will throw from the pocket, and off target, trying the back shoulder throw to Jordan Anthony, who came to Arkansas with Bobby Petrino, transferring from Texas A&M in the offseason. Third and 12 coming up.
Feels like a big third down spot here for Brian Nardo in this defense. We've seen a lot of chunk plays out of Tylen Green in this Arkansas offense here in the first quarter. Haven't called Colin Oliver's name yet. Outstanding edge rusher for Oklahoma State. Can he win, get home, and get a stop for this defense?
Green steps up and runs inside the 20, inside the 10, and out of bounds around the 5-yard line. A gain of 23 on third and 12.
You've got to have good rush lanes when you're going against Taylor Green. Freeze it right here, guys. Right there. As this opens up, too much space. You've got to keep good pass rush integrity. You can't open up big lanes for Taylor Green to take advantage of. He sees that hole open up. He sees the green grass, and a big conversion on third down.
And a chance to go up 14-0 here in the first quarter. First and goal on the 6-yard line. Play fake, Green on the boot. With time, into the end zone. Broken up, incomplete. Lyric Rawls, who missed most of last year with an injury, got a hand on that football. It was intended for Ty Washington, who looked open when Green threw the ball.
It was an excellent play by Lyric Rawls just to get a hand on that football. He's in trail position. Ball a little bit behind Washington. Nice recovery by Rawls to prevent a touchdown.
On second and goal, it'll be a run. Jackson straight ahead into the end zone. Touchdown. Jaquindon Jackson hits pay dirt for the second time already. A dominant opening quarter by the Razorbacks on the road.
Just good blocking up front. Inside. Hat on a hat. Kendall Daniels, the converted safety to linebacker. Nobody accounts for him. He's a step slow. And it's a second touchdown for Jaquindon Jackson.
And Jackson running off the field, beckoning the crowd to keep booing him. There's also some Arkansas fans over there. He was looking for their attention as well. The extra point makes it 14-0. With a minute 31 to go here in the opening quarter. Coming up next on ABC, South Carolina squares off against Kentucky in the SEC Conference opener, and then later tonight, 14th ranked Tennessee against NC State. Big early season test for both. The Wolfpack did not look great last week. Both games available on ABC and ESPN+.
Boy, but Nico Iamaleava looked great. One of those SEC high-powered offenses in the opening week. We're seeing another one of those SEC high-powered offenses that scored 60-plus here today in Arkansas. And boy, they have picked up right where they left off against Arkansas Pine Bluff in week 1.
Well, we talked all week about the Petrino factor. He is, again, you look at his history with quarterbacks, and when we talked with Sam Pittman yesterday about it, he said Petrino was the guy I wanted from day one. He was the person I thought to best help get us back to being a good offense. As that ball goes out of bounds, so it'll be decent starting field position here for Oklahoma State. As we check in with Kevin Negandhi in the studio.
Dave, good afternoon. Time now for our all.
On D-tackle love there, Booger to Dusty. Not many guys know what it's like in that position that you guys were in.
We've got a great appreciation for one another. Love you, Boog. Appreciate that. It's a big possession for Oklahoma State offensively, Dave.
And they're going to give it to Gordon here. They try the perimeter, and down he goes. They ran between the tackles with Gordon the first couple possessions. They try the edge here, and Xavier Sori is over there to make the hit.
Well, Sori, they're very excited about him. The Georgia transfer, former #1 outside linebacker in the country, 5-star talent, extremely athletic, really starting to come into his own. Travis Williams excited about what this season potentially holds for Sori, and a nice play at the line of scrimmage.
Only 6 first-quarter rushing yards for Ollie Gordon on 3 attempts. Another high snap. Bowman gets it down. His pass is knocked down incomplete. Hudson Clark, former walk-on, defending Brennan Presley. And now it's 3rd and long.
Was man-to-man outside. Look, they're loading up, going man-to-man, saying our guys can cover your guys. And the savvy veteran who's played a lot of football for the Hogs. Excellent coverage. Nice job bringing that right arm in and getting the pass breakup. Now all of a sudden Oklahoma State looking at 3rd and 10. And this drive, the Arkansas defense. We talked a lot about the Arkansas offense. This defense has really settled in.
Forcing Alan Bowman to beat him. He's not right now. He's 1 for his last 8 passing. See if they bring pressure here on 3rd down and long. Rushing 4. Bowman hitching. And now delivers to Owens over the middle. Drilled at the 40, well short of the line to gain. Decision for Mike Gundy. It's early. It's still the first quarter. 4th and 5.
They get punting. You can't give this Arkansas offense that you have not been able to stop yet a short field. I think you punt it, you play the field positions at a long ball game. Ain't too early on your own 40 to go for it at 4th and 5.
He will not have to make that decision, it looks like right now, based on the play clock, game clock.
How about this Arkansas defense, though? Jaden Johnson right there in the hip of Rashad Owens. And Rashad Owens, a big body receiver, gets him to the ground immediately. I don't know what the hang up is here, Dave.
Yeah, not sure why the play clock didn't start. It started now, but he's not going to have to snap it. But he's going to punt. But that will come in the 2nd quarter. Well, it looks like Oklahoma State trying to punt it before the end of the quarter. But quarter against the number 16 team in the country. And another punt. Wes Paul booting it away for the Cowboys. Satania will back away. And it will be down to the 16-yard line. Moments ago, Taylor spoke with Coach Pittman.
Here with Arkansas head coach Sam Pittman, what has worked offensively for you guys?
You know, we're able to run the football, and anytime we're able to run the football, we can play action. We're protecting them pretty good. They did have a total blitz that got to us down there on our first drive. But we've got to keep playing hard. We're doing a good job of defending. We're knocking down contested balls on defense. We got to get better pressure on the quarterback. If not, he'll pick us apart. So we've got to get a little bit better pass rush, but we're doing a good job against the run.
Thank you. Dave?
Already 114 rushing yards for Arkansas. Make that about 134. Gain of 14, tripped up at the 30-yard line is Jaquindon Jackson by Cameron Epps.
What's good push and good movement and the nice cutback lane. We talked about the vision of Ollie Gordon from the onset. We're seeing the vision of Jaquindon Jackson. And when you run that zone and you get that movement of the defensive line up front, cutback lanes open up. And Arkansas is just gashing this front of the Cowboys.
You see Jackson there being tended to, a little shaken up. Rodney Hill in the game. Play action. Green dumps it off at the last second before he's hit. That's going to lose yardage. Hill made the catch, but a loss of a couple on the play. Colin Oliver finally got some pressure. First time we've called his name this afternoon.
They've got to get Colin Oliver going. Move him last year was more of a second-level linebacker exclusively at or around the line of scrimmage, doing what he does best, creating disruption, pressuring quarterbacks.
It's interesting they had Satania lined up in the backfield, but that was just smoke and mirrors to get him on the perimeter with motion. And now Green throws high, but it's caught by Andrew Armstrong, who underneath was wide open. It's Armstrong's first catch of the year, missed last week due to injury, and it goes for 15 yards.
Well, drop 8 here by the OSU defense. A lot of cushion outside. How about the snare by Armstrong? Elevates, snatches that ball out of the air. Nice job after the catch. There's a lot of cushion outside there. Playing really soft on the perimeter against these Arkansas wide receivers.
Armstrong, a transfer from Texas A&M Commerce. 56 catches, 5 touchdowns a year ago. Juggling it is Armstrong after he caught it, but able to secure it. And gain of about 3. Much better defense at that time. Cameron Epps over there for Oklahoma State. 2 minutes into the second quarter. Arkansas up 14-0 at midfield. Jaquindon Jackson checking back in for the Razorbacks after getting shaken up earlier on the drive. Jackson straight ahead. He gets drilled at the point of attack. No gain on the play. Kendall Daniels, who bulked up, went from safety to linebacker, stuck his face in there.
Nice job by Daniels. Unaccounted for. Saw that last touchdown run. He was late to go. Nice job making that play right around the line of scrimmage. And for Brian Nardo, this defense on their heels right now. Got to come up with a stop. Taylon Green's mobility, as we've seen several times here today, something you got to be mindful of as a front.
They bring pressure. It's picked up though, and Green completes it for a first down. Satania on the catch, being dragged down by Dylan Smith, but after 13 yards.
When they bring pressure, they dial it up to get home, and it's man-to-man outside. Dylan Smith just a second late as he comes across, and a good find by Taylon Green to sustain you.
We did not know what to expect from Taylon Green. Up and down at Boise State. Last year, only 11 touchdowns and 9 picks, but he looks ready for the bright lights of the SEC right now. Finds an open receiver again. Satania, nice catch, had to go up the ladder to get it, and it's a gain of about 8 or 9.
Satania only 5'11", but playing much bigger than that. Watch him climb the ladder, go up, this pass high. With strong hands again. We saw Armstrong earlier this drive. Make a nice catch, going up and getting the football. Everything clicking here for Bobby Petrino in this offense in the first half.
Taylon Green won the Mountain West Championship game MVP last year. Transferred to Arkansas. It's the guy Bobby Petrino wanted. And this is a reason why. We talked to Petrino yesterday about when he had Ryan Mallett. He said because of Mallett's size, there were 5 or 6 games, 5 or 6 plays a game that Mallett would make that he didn't think another quarterback could because of his size, and not just as a thrower, as an athlete out in space. And we've seen already a few plays from Green that maybe we wouldn't see from a smaller player in the passing game, but also with that long stride as a runner.
We've known about Bobby Petrino's offensive mind and what he's done with quarterbacks. Taylon Green was good at Boise State. This is the best version we've seen of Taylon Green in college football.
Off play action, looking deep, instead in trouble, running backwards now. Green on the move still, and then throws into the end zone. Oh, through the hands of an open receiver. Broden incomplete. How about the arm strength of Taylon Green? Looked live like that should have been a touchdown.
Pressure in his face immediately. Feels that pressure. Buys himself some time. Retreats. And as he rolls, keeps those eyes down the field. And, well, this pass really caught by Tyrone Broden. Job by Dylan Smith to stay with him the entire time. Well, that pass was right
through his hands. And now it's 2nd and 10. Rodney Hill in the game at running back. Green keeps it. And Green mauled at the 29. Trey Rucker comes flying in there to make the play. So a short gain, maybe 2.
But Trey Rucker will fly downhill and come make a play. Comes in out of your screen off the edge. You see Taylor Green, it's a wizard with that ball inside. The mesh point keeps it, but Trey Rucker, 15 tackles a week ago, coming up with a nice physical tackle on the quarterback.
Three of 4 on 3rd down. They spread it out. And 3rd and 8 from the 29 coming up. Green hit as he throws, and it's picked off at the 30-yard line. Cale Smith returning it inside the Arkansas 30 and going to take it all the way. A potential game-changing pick 6 for Oklahoma State. Penalty marker is down, though. Penalty flag back at the 25 on the other side of the field. It looks like it's coming
back. The result of the play is a touchdown. Offensive pass interference. Number 4. A penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Arkansas is in disbelief. Sam Pittman's on the field screaming at an official. All the players assumed it was on the defense. They were back at the other 30-yard line. But it's an offensive penalty, and Oklahoma State's right back in the game with a Cale Smith, who went to the same high school as Mike Gundy in Oklahoma City. Gets the interception return for a score. Logan Ward on for the extra point. Flags fly. Ball had not been snapped. Contact was made.
False start on the offense. It's the left guard. 5-yard penalty. Retry.
Okay, so move it back 5 yards for the 220-pound place kicker Logan Ward. What a huge change of momentum for Mike Gundy's team. Cale Smith, after the pressure from Oliver, ball fluttered, picked off, and returned for a score, and it's 14-7.
Oliver being helped into the locker room. He helped force that turnover for Oklahoma State. Steve.
All right, little trouble there with Taylor's mic, but you saw the pictures there of Oliver hobbling off after that interception return for a touchdown that he forced. Built for Success, presented by Ram Trucks.
Big hit on the quarterback, and what a play by Cale Smith. Takes it to the house, completely flips and changes this football game. The defense needed a big play. They came up with a big play to get the Pokes back in this ball game. But boy, Colin Oliver's status, his health, going to be a real key as this game progresses. He is, we got Nick Martin, who's an excellent linebacker, but man, up front, the ability to create those negative plays, to get pressure on the quarterback. Few do it better than Colin Oliver.
3-time All Big 12, 5th all-time at Oklahoma State in sacks. Swing pass on 1st down, Hill, and good tackle in the open field at the 27-yard line. So a game of 2 or 3 Cameron Epps on the stop. See how Taylor Green responds through 9 picks a year ago. When he was at Boise State, but he has looked terrific so far in this game. Saved the interception, which again a lot had to do with the pressure of Oliver. Snap off the mark, so that disrupts the play, and Green still able to get positive yardage. Rucker with the stop at a gain of 2. 3rd down coming up here, 8-minute mark, 2nd quarter.
Obi Ezigbo coming off the edge. We've seen him a couple of times. Maybe he's going to be that guy that can create that penetration, attacking that play right at the mesh point. Taylor Green makes the smart play. Well defended by this Oklahoma State defense.
And Ezigbo played at Gannon University. That's where Brian Nardo, the defensive coordinator, came from. It's a Division II program in Erie, Pennsylvania. Now movement and a penalty flag flies in.
Ball start. Offense, number 63. 5-yard penalty. It is third down.
The U.S. Open Women's Championship is today, 4 o'clock on ESPN and the app. Jessica Pegula going up against Arnya Sabalenka. Should be a great match. Buffalo Bills season is starting, obviously, this weekend. Pegula's folks own the Bills. Third down and 11. And a deep throw, Green. Tesla pulls it in for a first down in Oklahoma State territory with Trey Rucker wrapped all around him. Gain of 26.
Boy, another excellent job. This time it's Tesla going up, climbing the ladder, high point in this football, the big strong hands to bring it in over Rucker. He had Satania underneath. I thought he was going to go that route to pick up the first down. Fires that thing on that deep crossing route. And a big pickup to move the chains.
First down at the 45-yard line. They've been living in Oklahoma State territory throughout the game. Jackson on the cutback. First down, and then finishes the run, but fumble the ball. Loses the ball after running into a defender, Dylan Smith. They're battling for it under the pile. Well, you love the aggressiveness of Jackson, but you got to hold on to the ball when you're going to take on a defender like that. Back-to-back takeaways for the Cowboy defense.
And Jaquindon Jackson just comes in, lowers the shoulder, tries to run through Dylan Smith, and Dylan Smith, shoulder on the football, ball's out. It was a scrum.
This play under review. Let's bring in our rules expert, Bill Lamagna. Bill, what'd you see?
Well, we've got a runner that's still got firm control of the ball when his knee hits the ground. So replay needs to take a look at this from that angle and give the ball back to Arkansas. Firm control right here, knee down.
After review, the player's knee was down with the ball. Therefore, it's first down for Arkansas at that spot.
So Matt Leffler, the referee, and the SEC replay crew saw what Bill saw. So it'll be Arkansas ball. It was a 16-yard gain and a first down at the 28-yard line of Oklahoma State.
And it's the right call. Knee definitely down, still firm control of the football. Jackson going through Dylan Smith. As he started coming back up off the ground, looked like Smith, part of his body got on the football. Ball comes out. Disaster avoided for Arkansas. And yet another big chunk run for this Hogs rushing attack.
Green on the boot. Again, been very successful throwing on the run. Andrew Armstrong on the catch. Armstrong down to the 11, 17 yards. Again, getting Green on the perimeter.
And Love will play action boot, get him on the perimeter. At 6'6", he can survey the field. Armstrong just running away for man-to-man coverage. Jacoby Hilton, easy pitch and catch.
Here's Jaquindon Jackson. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Stacked up. No gain on the play. Ezigbo in there again. Rucker as well. Arkansas 11 for its last 11 in the red zone with touchdowns. Again, almost all that came last week against Arkansas Pine Bluff. So take it with a grain of salt, but Sam Pittman will just take it, period. Because the offense at times last year really struggled in a lot of close games, especially in the red zone. Not so far this year.
Checking the play at the line of scrimmage.
Jackson with room to the 5, to the end zone, his third touchdown. Jaquindon Jackson is running all over this Oklahoma State defense.
A little pin and pull here, and what I love, see Joshua Braun get out front and pull. Taylon Green checked into this. He saw something from the defense. He checks into it. Excellent job by Joshua Braun pulling out, kicking out. Big hole opens up, and Jackson with his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon.
Last year at Utah, Jaquindon Jackson had 4 rushing touchdowns all season, especially on offense. 307 yards for Oklahoma State, or for Arkansas rather. Only 60 for Oklahoma State, as that's returned out to the 25 by Freeman. And here's Kevin.
On the ACC network. Back to you.
Here's Ollie Gordon, only his 5th carry of the game, and he's got 7 yards. That goes for 1. Let's get an injury update now from Taylor.
Dave, just moments ago, we showed you Colin Oliver, Oklahoma State's best defensive player, being helped off the field. He is currently getting x-rays on his lower right leg. We will keep you updated when we know more.
You said best defensive player not available right now. Best offensive player for Oklahoma State, Ollie Gordon. No room to run. They're still trying to pound it against an 8-man front for Arkansas, and that was a little bit better, but just 3 yards. I mean, Arkansas swarming to the ball. Eric Gregory there first, 3rd down.
And just so good on the interior. I mean, Cameron Ball on 1st down. It's big Eric Gregory there taking up a double team. No movement from this Oklahoma State offensive line, and nowhere to go with the football for Ollie Gordon.
3rd down and 5. They're 0 for 4 on 3rd down so far.
Brennan Presley, veteran player, made so many plays. Important 3rd down here. Important drive for Oklahoma State here to close out this half.
There's so much hype. We got to Stillwater. Everybody talking about how loud this stadium's going to be. It has been quiet. We've never seen it this quiet in the games we've done over the years here. No play. There was a whistle before the snap.
Before the snap, Oklahoma State takes their first charge timeout of the half.
That will leave them with 2 timeouts, but remember now you get an extra timeout in college football with a 2-minute timeout, so it's not as costly to burn a timeout there in that situation. Here are the featured games on ESPN Plus tonight. 9th-ranked Missouri taking on Buffalo. Florida will face Samford, and LSU hosting Nicholls State at 7:30 Eastern. To get ESPN Plus, go to ESPNplus.com or download the ESPN app.
Intrigued to see how Florida bounces back after that rough game last week against Miami.
And a rough year last year. That was the one SEC win for Arkansas in Gainesville a year ago.
It's a different Arkansas football team than with the one we saw a year ago. You could tell Sam Pittman, he felt good about this football team. We talked to him yesterday. Said he believes in this team this year. It was hope last year. It's belief this season for this team.
3rd down and 5. And Bowman sidearms it. Incomplete. In traffic, trying to connect with Stribling. 2 defenders closing on the receiver. Another punt coming up for Oklahoma State.
Just so tight, so well contested. Braxton, just a little tug there on the inside. Gets that pass breakup. Just no separation whatsoever. Good anticipation of that route by Jalen Braxton. And a quick 3 and out. And here's the thing, that defense been tired, been getting banged in all first half. Back on the field here once again.
End over end. Satania under it, and the fair catch made at the 30-yard line. I love what you said about Sam Pittman, our conversation with him yesterday. You could tell there was confidence. He said, I think I know what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm not going to tell you guys, but I think I know. And I'm guessing he envisioned this and the physicality of Arkansas on full display. They can do whatever they want right now. They're just leaning on that D-line.
And this isn't surprising to Mike Gundy. He told us he expected a physical football game. He knew what Arkansas was going to come in and try to do. And the question was, how would his team stand up? He felt good about his football team, but the physicality in the trenches has been such a big advantage for this Arkansas team in this first half. Just domination along the front.
Try to run it again. Jackson this time loses yardage. A rare negative play for Arkansas's rushing attack. Checking with Taylor.
And Dustin, you mentioned the dominance in the trenches for Arkansas. Also pay attention to the way that the O-line is playing for Taylor Green. When I was talking to Sam Pittman before the game today, he said the leadership of Taylor Green has been a difference maker for this team.
Gonna throw it here, taking a shot downfield, and it's out of bounds. Incomplete. Groden made the catch. Of course, the sideline saying he got a foot down, but the official says no.
Kobe Hilton stride for stride, giving up a lot of size to Broden. Did he get that foot in? Well, that was close.
I think by the time the ball arrived,
that's right.
Foot was up and out of bounds. But going back to Taylor's point, Sam Pittman reiterated to us yesterday about the leadership of Taylor Green. Said it took a couple weeks, but it became his team, not his offense, his team. He is the guy that the entire team looks to for leadership, and his best leadership has been in his play in this game. He got pressure up the middle that time, had to hurry that throw, and it's incomplete. It was Kendall Daniels that got to Green, and so it's 4th down and a rare Arkansas punt.
Yeah, they needed to get a rush, needed to get the ball out of the hands of Taylor Green to come right from the inside. Nice job winning inside. Not many Oklahoma State rushers have won so far today. Come on the pressure, just nice little dip, get to the quarterback. Taylor Green forced to get rid of that football. Much needed stop for the Pokes defense.
Bail on to punt. And hits this one hard and deep, backing up inside the 15-yard line and out of bounds. So not much for Presley on that return. 59-yard punt. NFL week.
Job setting that edge.
2nd and 11, and that one is caught. Cabanis knocked out of bounds at the 24. 7-yard gain. 3rd down coming up. Boy, Travis Williams, you mentioned him earlier, 2nd year. He actually played for Bobby Petrino with the Falcons. I know that was a short stint for both in 2007. When he played at Alabama in college, Bobby Petrino was the offensive coordinator. Williams was a linebacker, was with Gus Malzahn. Stillwater. Fans have not had a lot to cheer about, especially this quarter. No first downs in the 2nd quarter. In fact, the last one came at the 6-minute mark of the 1st. But they do get a conversion here on a pass to Stribling to the 30-yard line. They still have 2 timeouts. 1:55 on the clock.
Smart by Stribling. Sits down in that open space, and a good find for Bowman.
Now that we're inside 2 minutes, clock will stop to reset the chains on first downs. Bowman going downtown, overthrows his man, intercepted by Singletary at the 35-yard line.
There's a lot of trust between Alan Bowman and his wide receivers. Single coverage on the outside. They'll take their shots. And Jaheim Singletary just does an excellent job identifying this ball in the air, going up and just making a play. This is outstanding job over the top. You see Rashad Owens trying to fight for position and mistimes his jump. And it's Singletary with the takeaway.
Now a chance for Arkansas to add more points to its lead before halftime. 1:38 left, 3 timeouts, leading 21-7. The only score for Oklahoma State was on defense. Taylor Green stepping up, in trouble, sacked. He tried to get rid of the ball at the last second, and they're going to rule him down at the 27-yard line. Ezekbo got pressure.
They wanted to throw a screen to the near side, trying to set it up to Jaquindon Jackson. It was well defended. I think that knee was down, Dave, before the ball comes out. I think that's properly called on the field as a sack.
Yeah, loss of 7 on the play. Talking, guys, with Sam Pittman yesterday, he acknowledged the pressure that's on him. He said, I don't care. He said, I'm about my guys. It's about us as a team. I'm not worried about what's going to happen to me in season, next season. I'm focused on today, and his players are proving that that's certainly the case as Talon Green gets crunched at the 32-yard line by Nick Martin. Green's a big guy and absorbed the big hit.
See if Oklahoma State wants to call a timeout here.
Yeah, 3rd and 14, but doesn't look like they're going to. Still one more snap here for Arkansas, though.
3rd and 14, Arkansas is good with what they've seen the first half. But Oklahoma State just kind of allowing this clock to run down. It's Mike Gundy saying, let's just rally at halftime.
He'll throw it, though, and setting up a screen. Blockers out there for Jaquindon Jackson. Jackson close to a first down. Only 5 seconds to go in the half. And a timeout called by Sam Pittman. The ball spotted at the 45, right at the line to gain. I mean, even if it's 4th down, you can go for it and just throw a Hail Mary in this situation.
You can. Nice job setting up the screen. They tried to set it up on 1st down. It was well defended. See the big boys getting out in front with space. And to your point, now you at least have a chance to take a shot at the end zone if you're Arkansas.
Right. 1st down or 4th down is probably the same play with 5 seconds left, although Arkansas does have a timeout. Maybe you can get something if it is a 1st down to the sideline, and they are marking it as a 1st and 10. You can maybe get an additional 5 to 8 yards with a quick throw to the sideline, or do you not even take the chance and just chuck it downfield? Green certainly has the arm strength to get it there. And Oklahoma State sending 5 defenders back near the goal line. Green dropping back and throws it underneath Armstrong. The clock's at 0, so he's got to score. And he gets tackled at the 20, and the first, he's out there for the defense for Oklahoma State, which needs a quick stop, something they have not been able to do against Talon Green and the Arkansas offense. Satania returning it for the Razorbacks, and he gets absolutely pummeled at the 15-yard line.
That's the start that Mike Gundy wanted to see. A little fire from the Cowboys on the kickoff team, coming down a big hit delivered to try to set the tone this second half.
Oasa Utu, a terrific special teams player, with the knockdown. Arkansas with a first down on its 16-yard line. See the numbers for Talon Green. The interception again because of the hit by Oliver. Green will keep it here and can't spin away from Rucker. Pickup of 3 on the play.
Nice job by Trey Rucker coming up in the alley, getting Talon Green to the ground. Guy that just plays with reckless abandon, throwing his body around. Big weak number 1. A nice job in run support on first down.
47th meeting between these schools. First since 1980, though. Only 180 miles separate Fayetteville and Stillwater. Hand off to Jordan Anthony, the wide receiver. Oklahoma State not fooled. Good gang tackle at the 21-yard line. So a short gain. Critical 3rd down coming up.
Again, Trey Rucker coming downhill. Nick Martin cleaning it up. Good pursuit to the football by the Cowboys. 3rd down was an issue in that first half. 5 of 8 for Arkansas. Brian Nardo dials something up here to come after Talon Green.
And Bobby Petrino on the other side has been calling a terrific game so far. Green throwing, open receiver, first down catch, Andrew Armstrong. Just pitch and catch on that 3rd down and 5 to move the sticks.
Well, boy, the timing so good between Talon Green and Andrew Armstrong. Excellent route. Cam Smith unable to plant drive. An easy pitch and catch, as you mentioned, Dave Pash. Nice job by Talon Green in the timing with his top target outside.
Armstrong, 6'4", 200-pound, 50-year senior, transfer from Texas A&M Commerce. Missed week 1 due to injury. Green back to throw with time. Finds Armstrong again. And finally, hog-tied at the 46, 15 more yards. Here's Taylor.
We have to get the run game going. That's what Mike Gundy made very clear to me at half. He said Arkansas came in with a really good plan, staying in the middle. So we need to get Ollie Gordon out on the perimeter, get him in space to get that run game going. Now, Sam Pittman said, we are covering them like a blanket, super proud of the way his defense is playing. But he said, we have to be ready for the explosive plays, knowing that Oklahoma State needs to get back into this game.
Arkansas wasn't able to finish games last year. Lost a lot of close ones in a 4-win campaign. Can they do it here, week 2 of 2024? Green on the outside, shoved out of bounds near midfield by Corey Black. So a pickup of 4 on the ground for Green.
We've seen a little bit of everything from Taylor Green today. Beating this defense with his arm, making nice throws down the field from the pocket, especially when he gets out on the perimeter. And he is just so difficult to bottle up. You give him any room to run, and he's going to make you pay. Nothing there initially, and he picks up 4 yards on first down.
You see the rushing yards, so right around 300 yards of total offense. Green with a defender in his face gets rid of it. Dangerous throw there as he just put it up for grabs in the middle of the field. Nick Martin had pressure. Third down at 6.
Nick Martin coming off the edge, unaccounted for. He's going to be able to get home. Nobody able to see him. Taylor Green just gets rid of the football. Nowhere to go. Good coverage down the field. Third down once again. We've seen this Arkansas team so good throughout the course of this game.
6 of 9 for the Razorbacks on third down. Need to get to the 44 of Oklahoma State. Green's pass knocked away, incomplete. Intended for Luke Haas, and Dylan Smith made the play. First time we've called Haas's name. Tight end that they're very high on. They went to him there. He might have been short of the line to gain anyway. And he caught the ball.
Good anticipation by Dylan Smith. Sitting back in zone coverage. Reads the quarterback's eyes. Comes up and makes a nice play with his left hand. Getting that ball loose.
But the Cowboys get the stop, forcing an Arkansas punt from midfield. Devin Bale pinned Oklahoma State inside the 1 in the first half, kicking from about the same spot. See if he can do it again. A little bit shorter punt in Stillwater, Oklahoma. This is just the 11th play that the Cowboys have run since the middle of the first quarter. Cutback run by Ollie Gordon, and it only goes for a couple. Sorry there defensively. Gordon, Heisman Trophy candidate, coming into the season after leading the country in rushing a year ago, and he's got less than 15 yards in this game.
And we've talked so much about the defensive line, but it's also the ability to bring a safety down in the box and trust your corners outside in man-to-man situations. They've held up really firm in that department as well.
Bowman, they get him out on the perimeter to throw the ball. Flips it downfield. Nice catch, Stribling. First down before he steps out after a pickup of 18 at the 30.
A nice layered throw on the move by Alan Bowman. Fits it over the underneath defender. A much-needed completion of Stribling. Biggest completion of the game.
Yeah, the previous one was 12 yards. They go back to the rushing attack off the left side with Gordon. And again, just not much there on the ground for Ollie Gordon. Ball on the tackle. Pickup of 1 on the play. Oklahoma State going with tempo as usual. Bowman throwing, and a receiver coming back to the ball to make the catch for a first down at the 42. It's Rashad Owens, 10 yards there for Oklahoma State.
A lot of cushion outside over there. Jaheim Singletary giving a lot of cushion, a nice find.
Bowman to throw again, and he takes off here in the quarterback draw. Puts his head down and dives to the 47. Bowman, 24 years of age, in his 7th college season. He's engaged. He'll be married in March of 2025. Started his career at Texas Tech, then Michigan, now here in Stillwater. And he's starting to get cooking here. Finding Owens downfield, the 35-yard line of Arkansas. Best drive for the Cowboys since the early going.
Utilizing tempo, they are going really fast. The deep dig route open there for Rashad Owens. Nice route, nice throw.
In rhythm, Bowman to throw again. Presley on the catch. Another Oklahoma State first down. Gain of 12 to the 22.
Arkansas's defense tired out there. A lot of space. Guys aren't moving quite as quick in the secondary. They quick speed out from the slot by Brennan Presley. This offense rolling to start the second half.
They'll let Bowman spin it again. Throwing it downfield into the end zone. Incomplete. Going for Stribling. Braxton in coverage. Just could not connect there.
A lot of air underneath the ball. Excellent attempt there by Stribling. The full extension, unable to bring it in.
Hard to tell if the ball hit the ground when you saw that ricochet and hit the leg of a defender, or whether that was a live ball potentially picked off. Sesi Valahi is in the game at running back. Instead, Bowman dropping it to his tight end, breaks a tackle, and finally out of bounds. Tyler Foster, former walk-on in Ohio. And they're going to say he stepped out just shy of the line to gain. Went out earlier at the 13. Still a pickup of 9.
Nice job by Bowman selling that fake. Dumps it out to his tight end. Foster in the flats, and excellent after the catch.
And by law, he is the running back here in short yardage on 3rd down and 1. Still plenty of time on the play clock. Bailahi gets the carry. Slammed down. Close to the line to gain. At the 13-yard line. Tackled by Landon Jackson. First team All-SEC. Defensive end a year ago. 6'7", 280 pounds. It's 4th down. Jackson made the stop. Oklahoma State going for it. And it is Bowman. A little push from Balahi in the last second. Able to move the chains. They went for it in the red zone in the first quarter. On 4th down, didn't get it. They do here.
See Ollie Gordon come back in. Oklahoma State on the move in the red zone. They like what they have from Sesi Bailahi, but they just the nose for the end zone. 21 touchdowns a year ago, 3 in the opener for Ollie Gordon.
12th play of the drive for Oklahoma State. Midway point of the 3rd quarter, and a fresh set of downs. Bowman to throw from the pocket over the middle. Presley on the catch, thrown down by Sori. The fans didn't like the tackle, but did look like there was a face mask. Gain of about 3.
Got spun around after Sori grabbed up top. I was unable to see if it was on the face mask. No, grabbed it by the shoulder pad. It looked like it from the side, the way he whipped down.
Ollie Gordon back in the game here, Dusty, for 2nd and 8 at the 9-yard line. Play 13 of this drive.
Big personnel, tight end, fullback in the game for the Cowboys. They like to play action out of this as well.
Here's a fade to the end zone, and it is caught. Presley, a huge grab. Oklahoma State back within a score.
Personal foul, legal block below the waist. On the offense, number 38. It's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. 3rd down.
So Jake Schultz with a costly penalty take the points off the board and back up the Cowboys.
Schultz, the fullback, going to get called for this.
So it's 2nd down and 23, back at the 24-yard line after the Schultz penalty. All kinds of movement by Oklahoma State. 5 more yards via penalty.
false start. Offense, number 61, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Let's go back to that Schultz penalty and bring in Bill Lamagna. Bill, what'd you see?
Well, you have the restriction of the free blocking zone, which is 5 yards to each side of the ball. As he goes to make this hit, he's got to get more in front. He came in from the side, so he was outside what we call the 10-2 zone. So that is an illegal low block.
And a costly one at that. And now 5 more yards after the false start, and it's 2nd and 28. And then a pass in traffic is deflected and incomplete, intended for Presley. Danico Slaughter was there defensively, and now it's 3rd down and 28.
With good coverage down the field. Thought that he had Gavin Freeman in the middle of the field come open. Goes to Presley. Tight coverage, pass batted away. That penalty is unbelievably costly.
Got a ton of momentum, a chance to make it a 1-score game, and now you're just hoping to get out of here with 3 points. Be about a 47-yard field goal from here. Short throw, way off the mark, intended for Presley, and we'll bring on the field goal team here to try to get something out of this drive, but again, it's going to be a long kick.
That penalty just took all the air out of this building and the rhythm out of this drive for the Cowboys. After they got that initial first down, they were able to go tempo, go fast, get Arkansas on their heels. Alan Bowman really settled in. A errant pass there on 3rd down.
Logan Ward from 45 yards made a 52-yarder last week against South Dakota State. And this one's good. So the Cowboys do get points against 14th ranked Tennessee on ABC and ESPN+.
Brock Vandegrift made his debut for Kentucky last week. That'll be a good one after us. And then tonight, Nico was nearly flawless. Those 314 and 3 touchdowns were in the first half a week ago against Chattanooga. Slow start for Grayson McCall. Coastal Carolina transfer, but he finished with a bang. Raleigh. It's a good matchup. Neutral site there in Charlotte tonight.
We talked about this at the touch of our telecast for teams in conferences like the Big 12 and the ACC, knowing that there may not be as many at-large teams from those conferences compared to the Big 10 and the SEC. These early season inter-conference games are huge. As we take a look at this week's college football rankings, brought to you by Verbo. Texas right now dominating in Ann Arbor. Penn State in a tight game with Bowling Green. And other games involving top 10 teams are later. Georgia up early on Tennessee Tech.
How about Penn State after such a good showing in West Virginia last week in Morgantown? Sputtering there against Bowling Green.
Oklahoma State's defense had a really good series last time. Let's see what happens here. Jackson can't find a cutback lane. Nick Martin there to greet him. A loss on the play of a couple.
When Nick Martin
shaken up too, grabbing his hamstring.
Nick Martin, excellent job as his cutback lane starts to open up. Nick Martin downhill, fills that void, and a big stop behind the line of scrimmage. That cutback lane was there so much in the first half for Jaquindon Jackson on the zone, nowhere on first down.
3rd tackle for a loss for Martin. We saw Jackson in the first half need attention from the training staff. And he's on the sideline getting looked at now. No surprise that Nick Martin, though, has been a huge factor. First team all Big 12 a year ago, led the conference in tackles. And with Colin Oliver out, they need everybody stepping up on that defense. 2nd and 12 after the 2-yard setback. And a penalty flag down.
5-yard penalty. It is 2nd down.
Sam Pittman, I think, unhappy with something about the clock.
They substituted late, and so once they substitute, Oklahoma State has the opportunity to substitute as well, and that's why you see the official standing over the ball until Oklahoma State looked like Justin Kirkland was able to get off the field. Sam Pittman saying, you got to let us snap the football.
2nd down and 17. Green to the air with time, throws underneath, and it's caught. Breaking a tackle is Broden and getting a first down. Big pickup on 2nd and 17, a gain of 19.
Nice find over the middle of the field, second level, nowhere there this pass coverage of Oklahoma State. A missed tackle in the open field by Trey Rucker. Nice yards after the catch by Brody.
Don't normally see Rucker miss a tackle in that situation. And you see the official holding up for the snap because of the substitutions. Green handing it off here. Hill leveled at the line of scrimmage. Bounces off of Dylan Smith and Kobe Hilton and gets a yard or two.
With Dylan Smith flying downhill from that safety spot, we're seeing more aggressive Oklahoma State defense against the run here to start this second half. Nice job coming downhill for the physical tackle.
Arkansas last year won 4 games. Sam Pittman just 5 wins against ranked teams in 4+ seasons. This would be huge for him and for this Razorback team if they can hold on. Catch made by Armstrong, twirl to the turf, just short of a first down. It'll be 3rd and 1 with 4.5 to play. Corey Black on the stop.
Armstrong's been really good with his route running, able to create enough separation. John, they're working on Corey Black, best cover man for this Oklahoma State defense. Surprised to see Quinn Jackson get this football. Big personnel from the Razorbacks.
He's back in. He was out because of getting banged up a couple plays ago, but back out there for short yardage, 3rd and 1. And he will get the carry and the first down. Pinballing off defenders into Oklahoma State territory. Gain of about 6.
3 tight ends set here for Arkansas. Really good push. Luke has nice job. The tight end spot, help with that push. Not just the offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers, everybody been physical helping this rushing attack for Arkansas.
Green with a pitch and the ball's on the ground, fumbled, recovered by Oklahoma State. Midfield by Arkansas as Jackson couldn't handle the pitch from Talon Green. Comes up with the ball.
Boy, massive takeaway. Should I say giveaway by Arkansas. Just misplayed here by Quinn Jackson, who's been pretty flawless throughout the course of this ball game. Pitches this football, hits him on the hand, takes his eyes off the ball, looking for a defender to come. Ball's on the ground, and Oklahoma State on top.
Jackson got hurt on that play as well. It's the first time we've seen that quick pitch, right? Today, we haven't seen that yet. Obviously, it's something they've worked on in practice, but that was not good.
Just took his eyes off the football. He's glanced up, looking for a defender to come. Oklahoma State on top of the ball. Right at midfield, with a chance to get right back in this ball game.
And Bowman will throw out of the backfield. Gordon, and he lowers the boot on the DB. Slaughter at the 39-yard line. And struggle running the ball, so now they get him out in space in the passing game.
Nice job identifying the coverage. No one there with Ollie Gordon.
And Bowman throwing again on first down, off target. Trying to hit Presley. Slaughter there defensively, but Bowman's played much better to start this 3rd quarter. And they're keeping it in his hands right now. Down 11, 2nd and 10.
Pass off the mark again there for Alan Bowman, wide of his intended target. Kind of hot and cold here in this second half. He utilized tempo and got Arkansas on their heels that previous drive. He got into a rhythm, had a lot of success.
Gordon getting a touch, downhill run. And a gain of 5, which is about as good as it's been for Gordon on the ground against that Arkansas front 8 oftentimes in this game. 3rd down. Oklahoma State going fast. 3rd and 5 on the 34. There's communication between the coach and the quarterback until 15 seconds on the play clock. There's a new rule this year in college football. Same for the defense. There's one player on defense who has it in his helmet. He can hear his defensive coordinator. The pass is caught by Presley for a first down inside the 20-yard line. A gain of 16.
They had man-to-man coverage. and an excellent job with this route combination. Slaughter unable to stay with Brennan Presley, open in the middle of the field, and a good find by Bowman.
Bowman throwing again, lobbing it over the head of Tyler Foster, incomplete. Covered by Jaden Johnson. Second down at the 18 with 2 minutes to play in the third.
It's good coverage by Johnson. Really no opportunity for Foster to catch that football. Sails well high. Big tight end.
Oklahoma State picked third in the Big 12 behind Utah and Kansas State. K-State's losing at Tulane on the road. Oklahoma State losing at home. Wide receiver screen set up for Stribling. Well defended at the 11-yard line. Still a 7-yard gain. Third down and 3 coming up.
A very manageable playbook, wide open. Here for Casey Dunn, Alan Bowman, working quick here.
We got Balahi again at running back, getting a lot of reps here in the third quarter. We didn't see him at all spelling Ollie Gordon in the first half. That's Presley in motion. Bowman to the air. Pump fake. And now throws it away. But a flag comes down. And they're going to call it on the offense. This would be the
Pass interference. Offense. Number 10. 15-yard penalty. It is third down.
So Rashad Owens with the penalty, and now they're going to be back at their 26 or at the 26-yard line of Arkansas instead of the 11.
Yeah, he's got to be running his route I really think as he tries to sell it that his hands are going up to catch the football. He's kind of a dead giveaway. He stops right there in front of the defender, and they call the pick play.
This happened on the last drive. They had a touchdown wiped out because of a penalty. Got backed up near the 30 and made a long field goal. And they're kind of in the same situation. Any points would get it down to at least a one-score game, which based on how the first half went, the Cowboys would take at this point. It's the tight end, Josh Ford, on the catch. Wrapped up and thrown into his bench at the 18-yard line, but there was nothing late about the hit. So it's fourth down, and here comes the field goal unit. They do get a chunk of that yardage back.
Just to get it to one score, huge for Oklahoma State in this spot. But man, the penalties they've had here to halt a couple of these drives is very, very punitive here for the Cowboys. Looking to cash in after the takeaway.
Logan Ward made a 45-yarder on the last drive. Now trying a 35-yard field goal. And nails it. So Oklahoma State back within 8. Plenty of time left. Well, this season, All-State will celebrate every field goal and extra point made by participating universities by making a donation to the university's General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, All-State. Just a gorgeous day here in Stillwater. Temperature around 80 degrees. It has been in the high 80s, low 90s the last week or so. Caught a break. Cloud in the sky. And looks like we may end up having a game that goes down to the wire. It didn't seem that way in the first half, but Oklahoma State has settled in on both sides of the ball here in the third.
She touched on pristine day with the weather, striped stadium, with a fan base that was fired up and excited to welcome the Hogs here to town. Only 3 hours separate these two schools, but haven't played in 40 years. An SEC school coming into Big 12 country. There was a lot of buzz all around Stillwater. Yesterday, as we were here, out and about, talking with these coaches, they both impressed upon us how important this game was for their seasons. Now Oklahoma State with a couple of field goals to start this second half. We got what we anticipated in a competitive one-score game.
Be a touchback. Will come out to the 25 as Talon Green comes back on the field for Arkansas.
The Arkansas quarterback was a huge story coming into this game for us. And boy, did he perform well. And I thought Bobby Petrino, masterful job, moving the pocket, a lot of boots, giving him those run-pass options. You see him utilizing the athleticism, the vision down the field at 6'6", and even from within the pocket. Bobby Petrino said this was one of his sells and his pitches to Talon Green whenever he came in. we're going to show that you're more than just an athlete, and you're a legitimate passer. A lot of good early in this ball game from Taylor Green.
5 of 7 passing in the second half. Hasn't had as many explosive run plays. Boy, dangerous screen pass, nearly picked off in the redirection. It was intended for Centennial, but a lot of traffic around him. And it harmlessly hits the ground incomplete.
Lyric Rawls reads this play so well, creeps up from the safety spot. He is diagnosed that from jump street. No opportunity for Centennial to make a play. This has been a much more aggressive into Oklahoma State defense here in the second half.
They were just getting gashed in the first half. Totally changed, though, here since intermission. As we say that, Jackson, who's back in the game, was on that last play as well after getting shaken up for a third time in the last possession. Gets a good chunk there, about 6 or 7. Final seconds here in the third quarter.
Third down. It's been dominated here in this ball game by Arkansas. As we head to the fourth quarter, a big third down coming our way to start this opening frame.
Sam, after the Razorbacks led 14-0 in the first quarter, and a critical third down to start this period. 3rd and 4 on the Arkansas 31. Green over the middle, receiver wide open. First down near the 50. Andrew Armstrong.
Great patience here by Taylor Green. Zone coverage by Oklahoma State. Andrew Armstrong, big void in that defense. Taylor Green doesn't rush anything, goes through his progressions. It converts on a big third down.
Ball on the ground again. Green scoops it up on the run, gets hammered as he throws the ball away at the last second. Nick Martin with another shot on the quarterback. Martin slow to get up, though. So was Green hobbling a bit.
Odd right there. Wasn't a bad snap or anything. Just mishandled by Taylor Green. Picks it up and just gets it out of his hand. Takes a big shot. Nick Martin.
2nd and 10. Green with the hitch. Now throws a deep ball. And it is incomplete. Armstrong, for the longest time, it looked like he was going to haul that in. Corey Black back there defensively at the end.
Well, this is excellent job by Corey Black late. This ball hangs up in the air just long enough. Andrew Armstrong, he had the separation he needed, has to wait on that football. And how about the timing of Black to get that hand in to get the pass breakup? Huge play by Corey Black.
Oklahoma State rushes 4. That's enough. They get to Green, but he escapes and throws back across the middle, complete. Broden made the catch for a first down, but what a play by Taylor Green, gain of 18.
The pressure comes quick off the edge. Jaleel Johnson almost unscathed, but as he's been all day, Taylor Green gets outside on the perimeter, whether it's as a runner or keeping his eyes downfield as a thrower, finds a wide open Tyrone Broden. Another big third down conversion on this drive. They've owned third down in this ballgame.
Jaquindon Jackson right between the tackles. Down to the 20. But going back to that play by Taylor Green, something that Taylor referenced in the first half with Sam Pittman talking about the leadership of Green, that it's his team, and it became his team quite quickly, which is rare for a transfer. Boise State as well. It's not like he's played in a lot of these huge games in these stadiums, but that leadership has been on display with the way he's played in this game today.
Cool, calm, collected. It's the biggest environment he's played in front of, and man, has he answered the call.
Fresh set of downs in the red zone. Able to eke out a yard is Jaquindon Jackson before he's brought down. Let's go down to Taylor.
And it's his ability to read defenses that stood out to Bobby Petrino instantly. And you can see them communicating on the sideline in between series, talking about things they need to do, but they really love his ability to dissect defenses and make plays.
He's 22 years old next month.
We've seen that on display throughout the course of the day. Taylor Going through his progressions, not rushing anything. He's been good.
Ball on the ground again, and Green able to gobble it up. But that's twice on this drive that he has not been able to handle the snap. The snap looked like it was easy to handle.
Snap was a little low, and he starts moving before he actually gathers that snap. He steps to his right. Snap was a little bit lower than the last one. Man, twice now on this drive. It would be just an unbelievably critical giveaway. Already seen one of those in the second half by Jaquindon Jackson.
9 of 13 on third down. Third and 14 would be about a 42-yard field goal try from here. Green in trouble, and the pass is incomplete. He got rid of it before he got sacked by Kendall Daniels. Zatania could not make the catch, and so Arkansas will try a field goal, which, if good, would get it back to a two-score game.
Well, Brian Nardo on that third down, he said, we're not letting him sit back there. We're coming after him. And Kendall Daniels gets home, forcing that ball out of his hands quickly. Talked to Sam Pittman yesterday about his kicking situation. He said from 42 in, he felt really good.
This is 41 for Kyle Ramsey. Transfer from Abilene Christian. No good. He missed it wide to the right. 4 left. Cowboys taking over on their 24-yard line. Valahi gets the carry in there for Ollie Gordon and does well. Gain of 5 to the 29. Let's check in with Taylor.
This offensive team for Oklahoma State, one of the most experienced teams in the country, and it has showed here on the sideline. Before this series, Alan Bowman going to his receivers, staying cool, calm, and collected. Let's stay level-headed here in this moment, something that veteranship shows on the sideline.
Bowman's 24. The average age of their offensive line is 24. The oldest ever as Bowman throws downfield for Presley. But over his head, incomplete. Most experienced offensive line in college football history. 215 combined starts between the 5 guys as Gordon checks back in for third down.
Experience all over this team. At wide receiver, the offensive line you touched on. A quarterback in his 7th season. If there's a team that's equipped to deal with early struggles, overcome that, and put it together when they need to, it's this Cowboys offense.
Arkansas trying to come up with a 3-and-out defensively. Bowman has time to throw. Presley is open, got a first down near the 38-yard line. Presley last year had 101 catches. They go to him a lot in critical situations. Gain of 10.
Get it matched up in the middle of the field. And really nice job of him starting inside and then working out. Zone drop there. Landon Jackson in that zone. And Presley makes him pay.
Bowman taking a shot into double coverage and incomplete. At the last second, Owens could not hang on as he hit the ground.
Saw this earlier to close out the first half. Very similar situation. You're going to trust Rashad Owens to go up and get the football. Full extension. Almost a beautiful catch, but as he hits the ground, that ball jarred loose.
So 2nd and 10 on the Oklahoma State 38-yard line. They work out a pistol with Gordon behind Bowman. Again, we have not seen Gordon involved much in the run game in the second half, which is strange to say, but he does have a catch. He's barely touched it as a runner. Bowman. Presley juggles and incomplete. It was almost caught by the other receiver downfield. Talon Shetrick after Presley could not pull it in.
Boy, surprised. Brennan Presley, the go-to guy, Mr. Reliable, 101 catches a season ago. Unable to come up with that catch. That ball put out in front. Unable to bring it in.
And so instead of a gain of about 20 or 25, it's 3rd down and 10. Bowman on a half roll. Still on the move. Being chased, and Bowman throws it away. So Arkansas's defense holds up. 4th and 10. Oklahoma State's going to have to punt it away with 10.5 to go.
It's good defense by Arkansas on 3rd down. All receivers covered. Alan Bowman rolling, moving, waiting, trying to find somebody that comes open. Just not the case. And this Hogs defense, after the missed field goal, comes up with yet another big stop in this ball game.
Each team with 3 timeouts left. And in 2024 in college football, you get the extra timeout with the 2-minute timeout, very similar to the NFL 2-minute warning. Here's Hudson Cock, punting it deep, high in the air. Satania under it, and he muffed the punt. Oklahoma State comes up with it at the 25-yard line. It's the long snapper, Shea Frybaum, running down there to recover the muff kick.
Wow. Arkansas just doing everything to keep Oklahoma State in this ball game. And Satania just unable to bring this in.
Had a teammate at his feet. And you wonder if that distracted him on the ground. You see some contact made by a teammate. And that had to have thrown Satania off. Now it's first down for Oklahoma State at the 25. Bowman off play action on the roll-up. Near the sideline, Owens on the catch. Stood up and dropped, but it's first and goal for the Cowboys.
Rashad Owens, just such a big body at 230. Alan Bowman called him a big Cadillac. The Cadillac out there getting some space and getting the pokes inside the 10.
How about during this comeback, we still haven't seen Ollie Gordon touches. Do we finally get it here inside the 10? Gordon, Heisman Trophy candidate, led the country in rushing a year ago. Another pass play. Bowman, open receiver, Presley. And there's a flag down as Presley's into the end zone for a touchdown. But might we have offensive pass interference again on Oklahoma State?
There is no foul for offensive pass interference. The pass was caught behind the line. The result of the play is a touchdown.
There's the description. Presley with a touchdown. Oklahoma State 2 points away from tying the game.
If the pass is caught at or behind the line of scrimmage, there is no offensive pass interference. See Stribling come in. Presley catches that ball right at the line of scrimmage. And a walk-in touchdown.
Go for Dose, brought to you by Dos Equis. Here we go. Oklahoma State going for 2 in the tie. They were down 14-0 in the first quarter. 21-7 at halftime with the only score coming on defense.
Big personnel in. Tight end fullback, Ollie Gordon.
Gordon just shifting into the backfield. This play action. Bowman on the roll-up to the end zone. It's caught, and the game is tied. Dejon Stribling evens the game at 21 apiece. Arkansas, after the kick goes out of bounds, takes over on its 35-yard line. Completion to Armstrong. Going to be close to the line to gain. Right at the 45, it is a first down. Turnovers have been the issue for Arkansas here in the second half. Missed field goal, a couple of giveaways.
Muff, that toss to Jaquindon Jackson. Couple of snaps that have been on the ground as well in the muff punt. And Oklahoma State's cashed in 10 points here in the second half, making 11 with the 2-point conversion. It's really been the difference in this ballgame.
And the transfer from Boise State, Talon Green, how will he respond? Good start. Completion to Armstrong for 10 yards on the first play. They're going to run it here on the next play, and Jackson is free. Inside the 40, inside the 30, and down to the 28. That looked like the Razorback run game in the first half.
Gap scheme run here. 63, Addison Nichols going to get up on Trey Rucker. Coming downhill, and it's a key block by the center. Big hole for Jaquindon Jackson.
Gain of 26, down to the 29 of Oklahoma State. 3 touchdowns for Jackson, but he's been in and out of the lineup. We've seen him shaken up a few times here today. Transfer from Utah. And some miscommunication. And Green is slammed down. Nick Martin has got a handful of tackles for a loss. Green expected Jackson to turn the other way.
It's like a quarterback sandwich. Nick Martin off of one edge, Ezekbo off the other, and they just meet at the quarterback. The miscommunication, to your point, Dave, but a big negative play once again created by the leader of this defense, Nick Martin. He's been awesome this afternoon.
With Oliver out. From the pocket, Green's pass flutters, and it's incomplete. That may have been slightly tipped at the line. It was intended for Broden. Took a while to get there, and it's third down.
That pass just looked a little bit off. Didn't look like he had anything on it. Nice play there. Yeah, you're exactly right, Dave. You called that. Tipped at the line of scrimmage. A nice coverage down the field on a big third down. Andrew Armstrong, the go-to target, as well as Tyrone Broden up top. Taylor Green checking this play at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd and 14, trying to set up a screen. Green in trouble, escapes again, takes off inside the 25 and tackled at the 23. He got 9 or 10. It's 4th and a handful. What do you do if you're Sam Pittman? It would be about a 40-yard field goal from here. His kicker just missed a 41-yarder.
He told us yesterday he trusted his kicker from the 25 in, but after seeing that first missed field goal push right, he trusts Taylor Green a little bit more here on 4th and medium. I'm a little surprised we didn't see him kick it. He felt really good about 25 in. Taylor Green, this offense, they have been really good all afternoon.
4th and 5, they need to get to the 19. Green in trouble, hit, dives, and he's going to be short at the 20-yard line. Trey Rucker got him to the ground. It'll be a turnover on downs. Initial pressure by Obi Ezekbo, who replaced the injured Colin Oliver.
What a stop, though. Able to come off the edge, clean, and he creates a disruption for Taylor Green and creates a stop for the Pokes defense.
On 4th down, so Oklahoma State pitching it. Ollie Gordon out in space. The biggest run of the day for Gordon. That's just his 10th carry of the game. He had, prior to that carry, just 19 rushing yards. He had, remember, over 1,700 a year ago. Now a reverse and a flea flicker, and the ball thrown downfield and caught. It's the fullback, Jake Schultz, inside the 30, right out on the DB, and finally tackled inside the 10. Mike Gundy going to the trick back. A 69-yard flea flicker, 1st and goal. Oh,
AC Dunn pulling out all the stops. He was going to sneak out. Nobody identifies him. The flea flicker, perfectly executed. Slow to go, act like you're blocking. Nobody stays with 38. He's a fullback. What's he going to do? Get one of the biggest plays of this ball game and set up, stayed up inside the 10-yard line. Wow. What a call and what execution, Dave.
And the timing, you finally get a nice run from Gordon. The defense goes immediately to him. He pitches it, and the pitch back to Bowman for the throw downfield. Bowman to the air, dangerous pass, and incomplete. Nico Slaughter could not come up with it. Didn't look like Wesley and Bowman were on the same page, the receiver and quarterback, and they escape unscathed.
Alan Bowman getting bailed out here. See Slaughter as he's going to that football. He slightly slips and falls. If he doesn't slip there, that's a pick in a huge spot. Really thrown football by Alan Bowman, but he lives to fight another day.
They stay conservative and run Gordon on 2nd down and goal. Bowman instead dumping it off inside the 5 and diving for the end zone. Waiting for the signal. He's in. Hometown team the lead in this great comeback.
Ollie Gordon has been used more as a decoy than a weapon here today. Fake it inside, dump it down to the true freshman tight end. Does he get in? Ooh, that looks like it's out.
Agreed. Looked like he stepped out at the 3, and the ball was short of the goal line. Let's take a look here. And the It doesn't show the foot, which looked like.
Yeah, it looks like his foot's out. Looks like that ball is going to be down between the three. Heels out.
And the ball's at 2. Ruling in the field is a touchdown with 5:32 to go. But Josh Ford, who we were told by the coaching staff would play a lot in this game. True freshman, they said. Mike Gundy told us he's like a cage fighter. He just doesn't care about his body. And you saw him sell out right there trying to get into the end zone. See if this is overturned by replay.
A local product out of Stillwater High School. How about that story he told us about a state championship game a couple of years ago where Josh Ford rips his hamstring off the bone, yet still plays 9 plays in the game. Just the toughness and the mindset he's bringing to this Cowboys football team in such a crucial spot, to trust him there.
After review, the player's foot was out of bounds, and the ball is at the 3-yard line. It'll be 3rd down at that spot.
So 3rd and goal. And if you're Mike Gundy and Casey Dunn, are you thinking 4-down territory? What do you expect on this call here in 3rd down?
Well, I think that we're going to see him put the ball in Alan Bowman's hand. And we've seen him with the play action, move in the pocket. But they want that 2-point conversion. I'd expect to see something very similar here in this spot. They have not shown any trust or reliability in this rushing attack in Ollie Gordon.
They've gone for it on 4th down a couple times in the red zone already in this game. If they are unable to get into the end zone here, it will be interesting depending on where the ball is.
Brennan Presley is a guy that can trust immensely. And 101 catches a year ago. Keep my eyes on him if I'm Arkansas.
They put Bowman under center. And they hand it off on a jet sweep and into the end zone for the touchdown. Oklahoma State is all the way back from down 14-0 in the first quarter, and no offensive points at halftime to put 27 on the board total. 20 by the offense here in the second half. The only score in the first half was a pick 6, but they had the lead after that impressive drive. Ward on for the point after, makes it 28-21 with 5:13 left.
Sometimes it's about getting the football to your best player. And Brennan Presley has been one of the best players in Stillwater for a very long time. Going to motion him across and just give the jet sweep and let him utilize that speed, get to the perimeter, get to the edge. How about Schultz with a nice key block out there to spring the corner of that end zone. The big fullback, a nice job on the flea flicker, paves the path for the 5th-year senior to put the Pokes up in this game for the first time.
Arkansas elected not to kick a field goal on 4th down and 5 from about the 23-yard line of Oklahoma State. They failed that 4th down. Oklahoma State, after forcing the turnover on downs, goes about 75 yards. Thought they were in the end zone on 2nd down. They are in the end zone on 3rd down, and now they have a 7-point lead. And Talon Green, the ball in his hands. He's been on a big stage, but not on the biggest stage. This certainly would qualify on the road. We'll see how he handles it. He'll have all of his timeouts, the benefit of the 2-minute timeout as well, and 5 minutes to work with. Wes Paul will kick it deep to Satania, who muffed a punt earlier in this game. Just signals for the fair catch here, and it will come out to the 25-yard line. All right, for Arkansas, Talon Green's put the ball on the ground a couple times, mishandling snaps. We saw miscommunication with him. And Jaquindon Jackson on a run play that cost him 4 yards on the last drive. Can they get it together and mount a comeback? Another low snap. That time scooped up on the shoelaces. And Green throwing a deep ball. Satania wide open. Caught at the 47 of Oklahoma State. And thrown out of play. How did he get open 30 yards downfield?
I'll tell you, because he had plenty of time to survey the field. How about the protection here by Arkansas? Nice block by Jaquindon Jackson on a late blitzing Nick Martin. Plenty of time, and the coverage just breaks down. Satania able to beat Hilton down the field.
the 44 of Oklahoma State. Down 7. Out of the pistol. Here's Jaquindon Jackson. And he gets dropped after a short gain. Trey Rucker coming down to make the hit. Just a 1-yard pickup. Was getting a lot of chunk run plays in the first half. Been bottled up here in the second.
With the Cowboys defense. They haven't given up any points here in this second half. For all the struggles and the chunk plays and success we saw from this Arkansas offense in the first half, this Oklahoma State defense, boy, they have made some corrections. They've answered the bell to get them back in this game.
Green to throw on 2nd and 9. Has time over the middle. Wide open as Luke has into the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas. Has shaken up, holding his back after he gets into the end zone. It took just 90 seconds for Arkansas to be in a position to tie with an extra point.
As I was praising Ryan Nardo and that defense for the adjustments they've made in the second half. No adjustments there. Just too easy for the Arkansas offense and a quick strike.
Who's from Bixby, Oklahoma. Turned away both the Sooners and the Cowboys to go to Arkansas. Comes up with a huge play. The extra point ties the game at 28. What a great response from Taylor Green and the Razorbacks, helped by some clear breakdowns defensively with the pass defense.
Luke has one of the best tight ends coming out a season ago. He was good for them as a true freshman a year ago. And he's just going to run a vertical route up the field, and no one accounts for him whatsoever. Safety spins over to the center of the field. Kendall Daniels, the linebacker, did not continue to get depth. A hole in that zone coverage. And an easy find for Taylor Green, but Luke has. The Oklahoma native has got this thing tied up late in the fourth.
Explosive plays given up by Oklahoma State's defense. Big issue last year. Huge issue in the first half. That was really the first time we saw it in the second half. 8 plays in all, 20 yards or longer given up by that defense. And we're tied at 28. Again, that took just a minute and a half for Arkansas to respond. First point surrendered by Oklahoma State here in the second half. Devin Bale to boot it. Touchback. Let's check in with Kevin.
Dave, back to Tulane, back and forth in Stillwater. It's the same story here. We're tied at 27 apiece, and here comes the defense, Boog. It's Jack Fabris, a little scoop, and to the house score.
Kev, the only time the defensive guys get their name in the paper for something good, scoop and score, strike the band up, and play the fight song, baby.
All right now, it's the Wildcats up by a touchdown. Lenore Sellers getting ready for his matchup against Kentucky. We're less than 30 minutes away on ABC. Back to you.
Both offenses, Kevin, starting to get it going. We saw some explosive plays from Oklahoma State's offense on his last possession that ended in a touchdown. Bowman will throw on first down. It's a screen pass, and Gordon's got some room. Out to the 35-yard line, close to the first down, and they're marking him down. He claims he landed on a Razorback, which means he's still live, but he's marked down after a 10-yard gain of a first down at the 35.
Timely call here from Casey Dunn. Screen is a big part of this offense, whether it's wide receiver screens, the running back screen, a staple. The big guys get out in front for Ollie Gordon, my apologies. He's definitely down.
Yep. The fans saw it, and
his helmet hit the ground.
Yes, he's down. If you land on another player, as long as something other than if your hand or foot hits the ground and you land on a player, you're still live. But he clearly was down. Bowman off play action. Throwing it into traffic as Presley got held up in a flag. He could not get away from Danico's slaughter. They were hand fighting near midfield.
Pass interference. Defense, number 3. Ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
3:03 to go. Plenty of time. Each team with 3 timeouts, and again, the 2-minute timeout.
Danico Slaughter working And Brendan Presley, you see this matchup a lot. Gets him around the waist, gets that grab in that pool. Good call and an easy flag.
Ball on the Cowboy 48. And Bailahi hit in the backfield and spilled by Xavier Sori. A loss of 4 on the play.
Xavier Sori just shot out of a cannon. Times this blitz up perfectly as he gets home in that A-gap. Cole Birmingham in the zone trying to scoop up to him just a step late. A nice negative play by Sori.
Loss of 5 on the play. 2.5 to go. Second down and 15. Play action. Bowman throwing a deep ball for Presley. Knocked away, incomplete. Another flag against Slaughter, though. Slaughter upset, thought he made a good play. The officials will have a discussion.
Pass interference. Defense, number 3. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
That'll put the ball in Arkansas territory at the 42.
I know Danico Slaughter's frustrated, but it's a right call. He comes in and rakes with that left hand. You see him come over the body and create that contact with Brendan Presley down the field.
I'm in agreement. The only thing I would say is we've seen that a number of times today not called, where there is some contact.
Too much contact that you can't rake right as the ball is coming there. You come in to create that contact. That was the right call.
First down to the 42. Here's Gordon off the left side. No running room. Brad Spence smacks him at the point of attack. That will likely take us down to the 2-minute timeout. Each team would still have 3 timeouts on the other side. Keep in mind, with Oklahoma State moving the ball, that Logan Ward has made a 35-yarder and a 45-yarder and made a 52-yarder last week. Got to get closer, though. 2 minutes to go. With a Has touchdown to tie the game, but now the Cowboys are on the move at the 42-yard line of Arkansas. Second down and 10. Play action, Bowman, and nobody home on that throw. It's intended for Rashad Owens, but it was way behind him and thrown outside, and it's 3rd and 10.
With just a misfire there from Alan Bowman. Did not look like he was on the same page with his wide receiver. And you got 3rd and long situation.
They bring in Sesi Bailahi. We've seen him a lot on 3rd down. No Ollie Gordon here. 3rd and 10 at the 42. Bowman back to throw. Pressure up the middle. Bowman lobs it off his back foot deep. It's caught inside the 10. Brendan Presley, the go-to guy again. First and goal, Oklahoma State.
When in doubt, dial up number 80. How about this right here? Picking up the blitz. They bring pressure, and it's 82. Quentin Stewart giving Alan Bowman just enough time off his back foot to find the deep crossing route, and Brendan Presley for a massive, massive play.
Not sure what the conversation is about.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 7 on the offense.
Wow.
That 15-yard penalty due being forced. That is number 7's first unsportsmanlike foul of the game.
This is huge. It takes the ball from the 6-yard line because Alan Bowman is called for taunting. You see him looking towards the Arkansas sideline, and it pushes them back now to the 21. It was going to be 1st and goal.
And Alan Bowman, so mature, veteran guy that as he was talking to us, he's got his undergrad, his master's, his grad certificate, his real estate license, knows better than to do that in that spot.
Still in field goal range. 1:48 to go. First down. It's interesting that Arkansas used a timeout in that situation right there. That will leave the Razorbacks with 2. Assuming the clock would have started on the ready for play, even after the taunting, because the first down. The tackle was made in bounds. Inside 2 minutes, they get rid of the chains and then reset the ball and start the clock. So I'm assuming that's why Sam Pittman called his first timeout there, anticipating the clock to start running.
No doubt. All right, one more time on this play. Go ahead and freeze it right there, guys. This pickup here by Stewart, able just to give him enough time and deliver this pass to Brennan Presley. Just throw it out to grass and let your guy go get the football. That's exactly what Brennan Presley does, able to get a step on TJ Metcalf. Sometimes it's just the little things, and it's a backup tight end, Quentin Stewart, with a key block to help spring that big play.
All right, so 2 timeouts left for Arkansas, 3 left for Oklahoma State. 1:48 to go in a tie game. 1st and 10 on the 21-yard line of Arkansas. It'll be Gordon and nowhere to go. Loss of 2. Xavier Sorey made the tackle. Gordon thought there was a face mask penalty on Sorey, but no flag thrown, and a timeout taken by Arkansas. Just 5 seconds off the clock.
Xavier Sorey, just a missile off the edge once again. Second time we've seen him time these blitzes up perfectly, unaccounted for. Another negative play, just kind of in the theme of this ball game for Ollie Gordon, this rushing attack. Ollie Gordon now just 29 yards on the ground in this ball game.
Start of a terrific day of college football. Kentucky, South Carolina's up next on ABC. We finish tonight with NC State, Tennessee on ABC. Alabama, which beat Western Kentucky handily in the opener of the Kalen DeBoer era last week. Both hosting South Florida tonight. They'll dedicate the field to Nick Saban at that game in Tuscaloosa. Still, a lot can happen here in Stillwater. 2nd down and 12. From here, it would be about a 40-yard field goal try. Obviously, 2 more downs to go before we get there. Arkansas down to 1 timeout left. And Bowman will hand it off to Gordon. And he stood up at the 22. Arkansas will call its last timeout. 1:37 to go. So now you're looking at 3rd down and 11. And let's check in with Kevin Agandi.
Brock Vandergrift.
Yeah, the former Georgia quarterback is bringing new life to the position. It's a well-coached football team there. Can he make a difference today against South Carolina?
8th straight season that Kentucky's starting a transfer quarterback in its opener, and they continue here in week 2 as they get ready for South Carolina. Back to you.
So 3rd down and 11. What do? Do you run the ball here, take the clock down to about 50 seconds and kick a field goal, or do you trust Alan Bowman here to throw it and complete a pass and now stop the clock?
Yeah, now Arkansas without any timeouts. You feel pretty confident in your kicking game. You take the lead, force Taylor Green to go down with no timeouts. I think they're going to play that way. I think they're going to keep this ball. If he does throw it, something quick, easy out of his hand that you know you can complete it. But I expect a run here. Trust you make the field goal and trust your defense to get a stop.
And it will be a run. Gordon had some room. The hole closed. He still gets down to the 15. It's 4th down and 4. They can take the clock down here to about 50 seconds or so. Call a timeout and then bring on their kicker, Logan Ward, for about a 33-yard try.
I think that's the right call, Dave. I mean, again, put yourself in this position. As crazy as this game has been, to be able to give your field goal kicker the ball right there, center of the field, be able to make this, take the lead under a minute to play, and trust that your defense can get a stop, and Arkansas without a timeout.
Not sure why the clock has been stopped. Referee Matt Leffler stopped the clock. The clock was running, and it should go down again to about 50 seconds. Maybe the play clock didn't start properly, and that's why Leffler stopped the game. So it's going to be about a 32 or 33-yard field goal try, assuming they don't go for it.
Obviously,
Arkansas out of timeouts.
Joking there.
Yes.
Heard the chuckle under your breath.
Please reset the game clock to 1:34 and the play clock to 40 seconds. Listen to me, 1:40.
He's talking to Mike Gundy when he's saying, listen to me. But the play clock's going to run at 40. I think that Mike Gundy's upset, but I'm assuming he's telling Mike Gundy the play clock's going to start as well as the game clock. All right, let's bring in Bill Lamagna. Bill, shouldn't the game clock still run here? Mike Gundy's really upset right now. He should be.
Yeah, if you're going to go back and put the game clock to where it was when the runner was tackled and a 40-second clock, you would start the clock.
That's exactly what we're saying too, Bill, which is interesting why Mike Gundy is still upset. I assume Matt Leffler, the referee, would have told him exactly what they're going to do. But the clock hasn't started yet.
No, and I'm wondering
and now
if they are starting the clock, yes.
Yeah. Just, again, not sure why Mike Gundy was so upset about it and still was upset after he was given the explanation as to what they were doing.
He's still giving the official an earful over on the side.
I'm assuming he thought that the clock was further along. They're lining up.
I don't think they're going to snap this football.
I'm just saying they're lining up on 4th and 4 as if they're going to snap it. One would assume they wouldn't snap it. There's some movement by Oklahoma State now, and that'll push the ball back to the 20-yard line, making it about a 37 or 38-yard field goal, unless Arkansas did something defensively that forced one of the offensive linemen to move.
The June Kosh move. The question is going to be, did June Kosh move and then Dalton Cooper respond to that movement? If that's the case, it's going to be a 5-yard penalty and a free first down.
And then if Oklahoma State wants to, they can just keep the offense on the field. They have their timeouts. They can try to run the ball or throw it and get into the end zone. Arkansas is out of timeouts. They don't have to kick it right now. But let's see. There's still a conversation going on as to whether that was initiated by the defense.
False start.
It was not.
Wow. 5-yard penalty. It's 4th down.
So now the clock is... And again, if you're Arkansas, you gain time here because the clock starts on the snap now because of the false start penalty.
Well, I don't know. You see for Anton Junkaj. Bill, if the defender goes into the neutral zone, doesn't the adjacent offensive lineman have the ability to move?
Yes, the thing I can't tell from that last shot is, did he get in the neutral zone? If he's in the neutral zone and the adjacent offensive lineman picks up, then that's going to be on the defense.
Thank you, Bill. And Mike Gundy wants Matt Leffler to explain why the clock's not starting here. He thought the clock would run, but again, that was a false start penalty which stopped the clock.
Right.
And so the next snap is when the clock starts. And again, that helps Arkansas in this situation. They're going to have 59 seconds left. Again, no timeouts. But what will the score be? Will Oklahoma State be up 3, or will we still be tied? Logan Ward with a 38-yard attempt. Ward drills it. Oklahoma State by 3 with 55 seconds left.
Ice water in the veins of the Cowboy kicker. Just drills it, Dave. No doubt. This confident kick. Here's the last play. I mean, no, I think that's the wrong call.
Is he in the neutral zone? It looked like it from that angle. Again, we're not completely down the line, but it did look like he was in the neutral zone. And that's why Oklahoma State was celebrating.
Correct. And if you watch Junkaj, watch him right here. His helmet, we had the black line a second ago. You see where that ball's at. When he comes across, his helmet is in the neutral zone. That offensive tackle has the ability to kick. But now all of a sudden, With that call not made into being a false start instead, Arkansas is going to get the ball back, and Taylor Green's going to have 55 seconds to operate.
And keep in mind, Oklahoma State has kicked it out of bounds as well here in the second half twice. If it happens a third time, Arkansas would get it at the 35. Instead, they'll have it on the 25 after the fair catch. So no timeouts. And here comes Taylor Green. Can he get Arkansas in field goal range with no timeouts? Boise State transfer in just his second game with the Razorbacks. He's had some great moments in this game, and he's also made some unforced errors, mishandling a couple of snaps, an interception that really wasn't his fault. Great play by Colin Oliver. That interception was returned for a touchdown, which is basically the difference in the game right now. Green back to throw on 1st and 10. Waiting, looking, everybody covered. Now he steps up and throws, and it's caught, and getting out of bounds is Jackson to stop the clock with 47 seconds left and a gain of 8.
Wisely gets out of bounds to stop this clock. Now he's down.
Wow. Jackson, we've seen him several times today go to the sideline cramping. Would imagine that's what's happening here, the way he hit the deck.
Dave, I have watched him on the sideline all day long. He has been battling injuries. He's been in physical pain coming on and off the field, being with trainers essentially all day long. And so you can see right here reaching a climax in pain yet again.
Thank you, Taylor. He'll go out for at least one play. And that's really what it's been. He's gone out for a play, come back. Is he in a situation to be able to do that again here? Because he's had such a great day. He's got 3 rushing touchdowns. 47 seconds left, no timeouts. 2nd and 2 for the Razorbacks on their 33, trailing by 3. Rodney Hill, transfer from Florida State and Florida A&M, is his replacement. Green to throw. With time again, everybody covered, and that pass nearly picked off. It was deflected by Daniels, the linebacker, in space. 3rd down, 42 seconds left.
A nice shot and pressure on Taylor Green coming off the edge. And this is where the 6'4" Kendall Daniels, his length in those zone coverage throwing lanes comes a key for this Oklahoma State defense. Nice job with the drop. And you see the length on this play, ball just off of Kendall Daniels' hands.
They run it on 3rd down and 2, and it's a 1st down for Rodney Hill out to the 40-yard line. The clock will start on the ready for play. Inside 2 minutes, there it starts. 35 seconds and counting. They got to hurry, trying to get the play in. They're 30 seconds and counting. And Green spikes it. They just wasted all that time. If you're going to spike it, do it initially. Why wait 10 seconds to spike it?
It's a great point. You start to wonder, where does Arkansas need to get? We asked yesterday Sam Pittman about his kicking game. We feel like 25 to feel anywhere safe is where this Arkansas offense has to go. So a lot of ground needs to be covered in a short amount of time.
4-man rush. Green down the middle, incomplete. He had Tyrone Broden. Overshot him. 3rd down, 23 seconds left.
Just a misfire, ball just out in front of his big target over the middle of the field.
So you need another 20 to 30 yards with 23 seconds to go. Anything in the middle of the field, if it's short of the sticks, that clock is running. So if it's to the middle of the field, you got to get a 1st down to stop the clock. Green steps up and throws complete. Armstrong is loose inside the 30 and finally dropped inside the 30, out of bounds at the 27 with 12 seconds to go. It would be about a 45-yard field goal from here. Now they restart the clock. He stayed inbound, so the clock is moving. 8 seconds left.
They spike it.
They're not going to spike it. 4 seconds left. Green's head, he throws, it's incomplete. The clock's at 2, though. They still have time, but that was butchered by Arkansas. Almost a disastrous finish to this game.
If Armstrong catches that ball and it's tackled, that's ball game. They have no chance at this field goal. Taylor Green just unaware of the situation and where the clock was at in that spot. But
I think they thought the ball, that the runner was out of bounds and the clock then would start on the snap. But because they panicked as soon as they put the ball down. But now a 45-yard field goal try by Ramsey to tie the game. Transfer from Abilene Christian. And the kick is good, just inside the right upright. Oklahoma State elects not to freeze the kicker in that situation. Mike Gundy doesn't call a timeout. Kyle Ramsey buries it. And so the coin toss winner decides offense, defense, or end of the field. And remember now, when you get to the second overtime, if we get there, you must attempt a 2-point conversion after a touchdown. And if we get to a third overtime, it's only alternating 2-point conversion attempts.
what a game. Wow. It's a wild, wild second half here in Stillwater. And how about Taylor Green? I mean, leading them down. It was kind of crazy there at the end before that field goal, but to put them in position to make those plays. Obviously, the transfer quarterback from Boise, he won a Mountain West Conference championship a year ago, but a stage like this as a quarterback at Arkansas, a huge, huge drive to put him in field goal range to tie this game up.
Mike Gundy had timeouts, elected not to use it to try to freeze the kicker. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You've got a young kicker he's not young, but in terms of being on this stage, he played at Abilene Christian. He's a fifth-year senior, but he hasn't been under the spotlight like this. They elected not to call the timeout. He buried a 45-yarder. And we're ready for the coin toss. And Matt Leffler, the referee, does not have his mic turned on, we're being told. That's why you cannot hear it at home. Hopefully Matt will turn it on for us, so we can figure out who won the toss. There we go.
And chooses to play defense. It'll be first down, Arkansas.
All right, let's go to the studio real quick.
Okay, want to remind our audience, Kentucky, South Carolina underway over on ESPN News. We'll see that game on ABC after overtime between Oklahoma State and Arkansas. Back to you, Dusty and Taylor.
All right, Kev, so Oklahoma State won the toss, selected to play defense, so Arkansas ball at the 25-yard line. Again, for Sam Pittman, he told us in our meeting with him yesterday, I don't read stuff, but believe me, I know. I know I'm on the hot seat. I know we need a win, but I'm not worried about me. I feel good about my team. Last year, he said, we're playing with hope. This year, we're playing with belief. We've seen a different Arkansas team for most of this game, but one thing that bit them last year, not closing out games. Will it happen again here? And a huge game, week 2 of 2024. And on the Oklahoma State side, knowing the Big Ten and SEC, probably going to get some of the at-large bids. If you lose this game, you may have to win the Big 12 championship to get that automatic bid to make the college football playoff. Green on first down. Has time to throw, everybody covered, now takes off. Green being chased at the 35 and now throws into the end zone. Incomplete. And he had a receiver, Armstrong. Green could not connect with him.
Well, this is really well defended by Oklahoma State. Play action boot, roll the pocket like we've seen. Watch Luke Haas leak out. That's where he wanted to go. But it's picked up. Dylan Smith, the safety, sees that. That's where the eyes of Taylor Green went. It's well covered. He flushes. Good defense on first down by the Cowboys.
2nd and 10 now at the 25. Jaquindon Jackson has not returned. We've seen the star running back for Arkansas on the sideline a lot today. And so it's Hill getting the carry. and he breaks a tackle and picks up a first down, a gain of 12 to the 13-yard line for Rodney Hill.
Boy, like we've seen all game, Joshua Braun, the right guard, the center, Addison Nichols, so much push and movement opens up that natural cutback. Good vision and downhill running by Rodney Hill.
Arkansas looking to strike first here in OT. First down at the 13-yard line. Green keeps it and taken down. Another Nick Martin tackle for a loss. He's got 5 here in this game, a loss of 6.
Just plays so fast. You'll see him coming off the edge here. Unaccounted for. It's also been a Zeke boat all throughout the course of this game. Colin Oliver left earlier in this game. And a defensive touchdown by Oklahoma State. Zeke Bo's been good, filling in for him, and Nick Martin has been otherworldly, creating negative plays.
And that Oliver loss normally be huge. Their best player on defense. 2nd and 16 for Arkansas at the 19-yard line now. Green to throw, pressure off the edge. Green gets rid of it, and it's going to get them to the 15-yard line with Haz making the catch. So a pick up of 4, 3rd and 12. It was a Zeke Bo again with some pressure.
Unaccounted for. They just turned him loose, and another hit on the quarterback. He's got to release it quick and just drop it to his check down. 3rd down has been such a big down for Arkansas. 11 to 17 in this spot. Andrew Armstrong back in the lineup. And a guy that they've gone to in these spots.
At the bottom of the formation there. Green looking the other way instead. Now comes back to the middle, in trouble, and sacked! Back at the 28-yard line, maybe out of field goal range, and it's Ezekbo, the transfer from Gannon University, Division II school in Erie, Pennsylvania, where they found their defensive coordinator, Brian Nardo, a year ago.
What a performance by Ezekbo today. He's going to start coming up, and he's going to come inside late. The coverage is really good. Taylor Green's got nowhere to go with the ball. And as he comes inside, Green continue to survey the field. No one's open, and a big sack.
Kyle Ramsey made the 45-yarder at the buzzer of regulation, but missed the 41-yarder earlier in the game. This one from 46 is hooking, and it's no good. Oklahoma State can win it with a field goal on its first possession of overtime.
This ball just pulled a little bit inside. Looks like it came off the foot clean. Plenty of distance. As you put it properly, partner, he hooks that left.
And if you're Taylor Green, taking a sack in that situation might have been the difference there.
Absolutely, and that was late. The Cowboys sideline erupts as they feel great about what they have in their kicker in this spot, this situation.
Logan Ward is 3 of 3. He's made 35, 38, and 45-yard field goals so far in this game for Oklahoma State. We'll see how they handle this possession. Points of any kind will win it for the Cowboys. They keep it on the ground with Gordon. Down to the 23 for a couple. Masori made the tackle. And Arkansas hoping that they can get a stop.
Only Gordon been held in check throughout the course of this day.
You just keep it there, Dusty, at this point.
I do. I think you do. You trust your kicker, I think, immensely if you're Mike Gundy. Logan Ward has been really good against South Dakota State, 3 of 3. He's been really good here today. You can keep it on the ground here with Ollie Gordon.
And they will, but Gordon's going to lose a yard. Did well to fight through that arm tackle. Brought down by Gregory. And Gordon is still down for Oklahoma State. And now back to his feet. Might just have been frustrated there rather than banged up. So now it's 3rd down and a long 7.
You have a veteran quarterback. We talked a lot about Alan Bowman, 7th year super senior, an additional season. Put the ball in his hands. Doesn't feel like it when you look at this personnel that's in the game right now.
Right, do you want to give up a sack like Arkansas
right.
just did? Timeout by Mike Gundy. I mean, that cost Arkansas taking that sack, throwing the ball there. So we'll see what happens. The crowd was just chanting Ollie's name, wanting the Heisman Trophy candidate to get the touch here.
Be my expectation, this spot. Put the ball in Ollie Gordon's hands. It's been tough sledding all throughout the course of the day. If you can escape this game and get this victory, boy, Mike Gundy will take that in a heartbeat.
We talked about this when we found out about the expanded playoff. What would that mean for the regular season? A lot of us thought it would enhance the regular season. Well, guess what? It has. A game like this where, for Oklahoma State and Mike Gundy, it was coming from him in our conversation with him. He knew this was important because assuming that SEC Big Ten are going to get several at-larges, there may only be one team from the Big 12, which means you have to then win the Big 12 championship. But a win like this could really build your resume as Bowman keeps it, runs to the spot, I imagine, where the kicker wants it. And it's going to be about a 41 or 42-yard field goal try here from Logan Ward to win the game in overtime. But a chance to build the resume for Mike Gundy's team here, riding on this kick.
Talked about it from the onset, Dave. There's no question. And this is a good Arkansas football team. They're going to win a lot of games. And when you look back at this win, I think it's going to feel better and better.
First things first, got to make the kick. 41-yard try, Logan Ward. And Sam Pittman will use a timeout here to freeze the kicker.
Arkansas.
It's a 41-yard field goal in college football, as you know very well, far from a gimme. A little bit extra time to think about it. Here, icing the kicker. And as you touched on, taking that sack, and while we saw likely Mike Gundy not put it in the air, Taylon Green trying to find a receiver come open. He takes a sack, moves him out of field goal range. The kick pulled to the left. Now Oklahoma State, Logan Ward with a chance to end this game.
Logan Ward, who was 3 for 3 last week. He was the kickoff guy last year. Really did not try field goals. He is 6 for 6 on the year. 3 for 3 today. Made for 35, 38, and 45. This is a 41-yard try to win the game for Oklahoma State in overtime. And he missed it wide to the right. And we go to double overtime. New life for Taylon Green and the Razorbacks. Each team with a missed field goal in overtime, and we play on in Stillwater. Missed field goals from both kickers. And now Oklahoma State, as they flip the field, will be on offense first from the 25-yard line. And Bowman will throw on first down. And fires to the sideline, underthrown, incomplete. Brennan Presley, the intended target, but that was way short. And Nico Slaughter in coverage.
Yeah, pass well underthrown. And good matchup all day between Slaughter and Brennan Presley. Matched up in man-to-man coverage, a bulk of this game, and especially in the second half. Oh, Bowman just not nearly enough on that football. Throwing it outside the number.
2nd and 10. They shift Presley into the backfield. Bowman to throw. Gonna find Presley across the middle. And not much, maybe one. It'll be 3rd and 9. And now a flag for the hit late by Sorey. He did not let go of Presley after the whistle blew. And that is a very costly penalty on Arkansas.
I mean, man, Xavier Sorey, you've got to be smarter in this. This is well after. To pick him up and slam him.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 10, defense, half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
You just can't make that mistake in that spot, Dave. You just cannot make that mistake in that spot. It's going to be 3rd and long situation. How you gift them 15 yards, just the play's over. Got to be smarter and use your head. Sam Pittman got to be disgusted with some of the mistakes he's seen from his football team today.
Sorey then goes to the sideline, and it's 1st and 10 for Oklahoma State at the Arkansas 12. Ollie Gordon, Heisman Trophy candidate, for all intents and purposes, has been a non-factor in this game. To give a lot of credit to Arkansas's defense. 37 rushing yards on 16 carries. We'll see if he gets some touches here inside the 15. Pitch to Gordon, running left to the 10. Gordon to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. There he is. Ollie Gordon gives the Cowboys the lead.
But perimeter blocking so good in this spot. Quentin Stewart out in front seals that edge. And then it's Brennan Presley doing a nice job on Jalen Braxton working outside. And Ollie Gordon, haven't heard from him much all game, Dave. And a big touchdown here in the second overtime.
They have to go for 2 here in the second overtime. Arkansas still will get a possession. Place the ball at the 3-yard line. 6-point lead right now for the Cowboys. Bowman to the air with time. Throws end zone, caught for 2 points, and it's Ollie Gordon. 39-31, Oklahoma State.
Well, Ollie Gordon coming up clutch here in this second overtime. You see him work out. I want you to pay attention, though, to Brennan Presley up top. He draws multiple defenders. So much attention drawn to him. He's going to motion back. He's going to move out. Not 1 but 2 Razorback defenders stay with him. Nobody accounts for Ollie Gordon come out of the backfield. And a late find for Alan Bowman to take the 8-point lead.
Now it's Arkansas's turn, needing a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to force a third overtime. They run it to the right. Jaquindon Jackson back on the field, and he's close to a first down. He's been shaken up several times in this game, and you see him hobbling a bit back to the huddle after a gain of 10 and a first down.
Showing some real toughness coming back in this game, doing whatever he can to try to help his team win this game.
Cramps have been the issue for Jaquindon Jackson. 3 touchdowns on the ground, though. First down at the 15. Jackson again, and nowhere to go this time. Nick Martin, who has been all over the field for Oklahoma State. He's got 5 tackles for a loss. That one was at the line of scrimmage. Just a terrific player. First team All Big 12 a year ago. Preseason All-America this year.
Plays fast. That's recognition. Center climbs to him right now. Fights over the top. Makes a nice tackle.
Second and 10. Green will throw. Out of the backfield, wide open, was Rodney Hill, but the pass was off the mark. That would have been a touchdown if Green got it there. Instead, it's 3rd and 10.
But you touched on, they brought pressure, and nobody follows the back on the wheel route. Just wide open, and when Taylor Green wishes so badly he could add back. This is a walk-in touchdown pass to the running back that nobody located or identified.
2 more chances to either get a first down or into the end zone. 3rd and 10 on the 15. Green to throw with time over the middle. Hill made the catch, and it's close to a first down. They'll mark him a yard short. It'll be 4th down and about a yard at the 6-yard line. Again, needing a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to send it to a 3rd OT.
We've seen throughout the course of this game the offensive line of Arkansas get push, get movement. I'd be surprised. This game comes down to this 4th down if we don't see Sam Pittman, Bobby Petrino lean on that offensive line at this spot.
But no Jaquindon Jackson on the field right now at running back. It's Rodney Hill for 4th down and a yard. They're going to run it anyway. Hill is hit. Second effort. No!